Hello and welcome to the Clash of Clans World Championships Qualifier 3. It is day 2 and our clans are very aware of the threats that now face them. 2 clans have been sent packing and 6 remain in the fight for that ever-elusive golden ticket to the World Finals. My name is Banks and I'm your desk host, and joining me on the desk we have Woody and Judo Sloth.
Thanks, Banks. It's all fun and games until teams start getting kicked out of the arena. We have got a double elimination fight. But it's now time to see 2 more leave, Judo.
It certainly is, Woody. We have a couple of action-packed wars for you today. And like you said, there will be 2 more teams leaving us today. But starting off, we have Activit-E and Chang Dance in Group A.
And Woody, who have we got in Group B?
Well, let's pull up the bracket real quick for Group B. We'll show you what we got. Group B has got the Queen Walkers and Nova Esports, the world champions, up on the top with 11 originals sitting in the wings to face off against whoever loses that first match.
Well, it goes without saying, but the roster of players that we have in each qualifier never disappoints. It's almost time to kick off our first war of the day, but before we dive in, I had a quick chat with the clans in this week's qualifier to find out a bit more about your favourite players. If you could go to any place in the world, where would you go?
スペインにサッカーを見に行きたいです。
モン・サン・ミシェル、綺麗だから行ってみたい。
巴厘岛、卡特维斯、
Brésil、
Los Angeles。
我想去巴黎。
Something like New Zealand, for example. The landscape is very beautiful. I would love to go there someday.
Do you have any rituals that you do before an important war, or do you just simply rely on your own skill?
自分のスキルに依存してます。
ないです。平常心を持つことだけ。
我会督促队友好好练习。
No special things, only depends on my skills.
Me pongo mis cascos y mi música y me voy.
我会洗一下手。
Before every important attack, I wash my hands, take a sip of water, and then focus during these 5 minutes without Clash open, and yeah, then go for the war.
Yes, these next few matches will remind us who can maintain that consistency under pressure. There are so many elements to understand at this level of Clash of Clans, but it's another thing to be able to execute those elements on the main stage. So, Judo, talk me through the 2 teams that are going to kick us off.
Well, we have 2 teams that really performed well yesterday. Activit-E started us off. They managed to get the victory over Hagure MetaL on percentage, but held their nerve together. And then we had Chang Dance, who won 13-11 against a very impressive H.T Family. So I'm thinking that Chang Dance can continue that momentum, but we are sure for an action-packed war to kick us off here.
And Woody, if you had to make a prediction for this war, who would you go for?
I think I'm leaning a little bit toward Chang Dance here. Activit-E performed really well yesterday, but Chang Dance were just dominant in their war. 5 battles that saw them take the upper hand quite early on. So that's where I'm going right now.
Well, the bases are prepped and ready, and it is time to see who can hold their nerve and clutch up when it means the most. So I believe it is time for our first war of the day. It's Activit-E versus Chang Dance.
Chang Dance got 13 stars yesterday with a 93.6% average destruction. That was the highest of any war that we saw on day 1. Huge, impressive offense from them against the H.T Family squad yesterday. But Activit-E performed almost as well. 12 stars to their names off of the 3-star hits from Akram and Remio, Judo.
Yes, and I have to say as well that Activit-E, they kept the percentage high. Even with the attacks that weren't 3 stars, they had very good percentages. So this one is going to be a very exciting one. We start with Feng, who actually did get the 3-star yesterday, Woody, with this exact attack strategy.
Let's see if he can bring it back and make it happen again. He says that he's known for the constant training that he brings to bear in these high-level matches. Feng will be the first attacker for this squad and wants to start things off with a big triple right out the gate. A lot of times these clans will send in maybe a bit more of their risky plays early on to try to figure out whether they can grab that difficult 3 and then coast to victory afterwards.
Yes, if you can open up the war and put that mental pressure onto your opponent right off the bat, then you are definitely onto a good start. However, some people do like to have their strongest hitters for the end. Make sure you finish well, and we do have to get the Yetis and Bowlers in relatively quick here. The Grand Warden taking a lot of damage, Woody, and the ability has gone off. I'm not sure that he wanted the ability to go off this soon.
That is catastrophic for Lei Feng. Really needed that ability for the later stage of the raid when these troops would be taking much more damage toward the interior. That Giga Bomb from the Town Hall can be massive, and it looks like he's going to be pathing around opposite sides of the base now, or on the right and left. Not at all what he was hoping for. Instead, typically we see players going straight for the gut of the base. With that Eagle Artillery firing down on these attackers, I don't see any way for a triple to happen this time, Judo.
I can't see it either, Woody. He just got the Town Hall, but with the Eagle Artillery standing, like you said, surely the Bats are going to struggle moving through the base. We have the Clan Castle troops distracting the rest of his attacking force, and at this point, he has to try and hold it together, do anything he can. We have seen attacks come around and be 3 stars when they least looked like it, but is it too much for this one? The Royal Champion trying to help out, but the Bats are struggling down to the bottom of the base, Woody. He
did get an Ice Golem to freeze that scatter shot. That's going to buy him a little bit more time. That key defensive structure could have walloped on those Bats, but it looks like the rest of the buildings were just enough. Eagle Artillery splash damage is massive, and these troops just cannot handle the heat. Firing away at a Lava Hound now rather than focusing on the remaining defensive structures. It looks like 67% is the point we're at right now, and we can't expect that damage to get too much higher.
No, we can't, but I've got to say, Li Feng obviously saw the attack was going wrong, and he held on to a lot of troops. You can still see he still has a giant and a wizard. That is to try and maximize the percentage. We've seen so many times yesterday how crucial the percentage can be, and when you know you're not going to get the 3-star, you do have to alter your plan in order to make sure that you can just drive up the percentage. And a lot of times, Woody, that is just forgetting about the defenses in the middle and trying to clean up any of the outside buildings as best as possible.
Well, he went for that siege factory in the barracks out the left side, did grab a few more buildings to bring the total up to 76%. Certainly not a devastating failure, but definitely far below the percentage destruction that we had seen from the victorious teams on the first day of competition. So leaving a little bit to be hoped for in later hits. Lei Feng starts off with a bit of a miss there early on in the war. You can see that hit starting to kind of fall apart as the battle blimp does go on target toward the Town Hall, but with troops splitting to the left and the right, couldn't keep that hammer just driving right down the center like he needed.
Yes, exactly. But it is now the opportunity for Activit-E to take advantage. We have Fabian who is attacking. He managed to get the 2-star 85% yesterday, so that would put them ahead on percentage. But obviously he's going for the 3-star, takes down the Town Hall incredibly quick here, Woody. That has got to be a good thing moving into the start of the attack.
Yeah, lightning fast reflexes, knew exactly how to get that thing down early on. I think that might be the fastest Town Hall kill that we've seen so far this tournament. Great job there to Fabian. He's going to have an easy time taking out this Lava Hound along the exterior. And that's 2 key targets already eliminated in the first 30 seconds. The Clan Castle and Town Hall having both been eliminated frees up a lot of mental space for him to focus on the Yeti Smash. He's brought 2 Headhunters to this raid, so that's going to be really useful in taking out those interior setup heroes. He's also got a couple of the new party wizards that are back in action, bringing the music and boomboxes to that fight.
Most definitely, and the party wizards do offer a little bit higher damage per second than the regular wizard. They are a little bit squishier, they don't quite have as many hit points, but if you do want to use them, if you are just using them to take out outside buildings, they can be useful. Now the bowlers in the center have taken down the first scatter shot, and they are charging on forward here, Woody. Looking good as they move through, straight towards the Eagle Artillery, which he needs to try and take down quickly.
Balloons clumping up around them as well. Not getting a whole lot of damage there, but they will path through and maybe provide some protection for those healers. Seeking Air Mines can be deadly to them. Oh, one Seeking Air Mine goes off on the healers in the middle.
Yeah, the tornado trap has the bowlers stuck with the scatter shot, doing a rain of damage onto them. And just like that, they go down in a flash. The single target Inferno has to be frozen to try and help protect the Queen. He does still have the Queen's ability and the Royal Champion's ability, but is it too much? We have a lot of defenses, a minute worth of time. He could still get this. You can see the new Pirate Queen skin in action again today, which will be next month's Gold Pass hero skin, and this one could still work out, Woody.
Heroes can go a long way when they're backed up with those healers, but the DPS is getting really limited now. You see the rest of the troops along the edges trickling away drip by drip. They've been taken down by those defensive structures, and it looks like with so many walls still remaining on the interiors, these heroes are going to have a hard time getting to the outside and knocking these buildings down. 30 seconds remain, and it's a hard sell to call this a 3-star, Judo.
Yes, I actually hadn't seen that the Royal Champion over to the west of the base had gone down. She was doing a lot of work over there, but just too many defenses and not enough troops to try and protect her. If she could have managed to get through that area, you could see how it could have worked out. However, I'm sure Activit-E will be happy with this. Both strong clans, and to come out with the first attack, get your nerves under control, and have the percentage advantage, that has to be a good thing, Banks.
It does indeed. A 91% 2-star for Fabian from Activit-E. Chang Dance with quite a regrettable opening because 76% 2-star. If we're kind of cross-checking that against yesterday's winning clans, I think that it was kind of towards the top end of the 80s, early 90s percentage average that was winning the wars. So a little bit of work to be done by Chang Dance, but Activit-E are in the driver's seat right now. Still very early days though, Woody.
This is an absolute shocker, Banks. We haven't seen the Golem in competitive play at all this month, but it is back in action now. The level 10 beefy bro is here to pummel this base. Unique from Chang Dance has found an opportune moment to strike with an old favorite. Can he get the damage in, bringing 8 super archers as well? This is a complete rewrite of the metagame history so far, Judo.
Absolutely, mixing the old with the new. The golems out in front to protect the super archers, and look at the range that they have, Woody. I think when they shoot at the clan castle troops, oh, they don't. I thought they might have been able to hit the town hall there. Oh no, the lava hound is pulling them around the outside. This could be a nightmare for Unique if they don't go into the base.
Devastation as Inferno beams heat up on heroes and golems alike. This attack is falling apart and faltering so early on. A golem path to the top corner of the base and is doing absolutely zero to protect the rest of the raid, which is just being splattered and scattered on the right corner. Unique grabs the first star for that town hall kill, but wow, 50% seems to be a big ask for him at this point. He's still pathing through and has got a little bit left in terms of spell damage to support this raid, but wow, he really misplayed that golem up at the top side.
Yes, totally mispressed where to place that. It walked right across to the other defenses, left the super archers so vulnerable, and he does scrape the 2-star, Woody, getting that 50%. But you've got to say, not the start that we expected from Chang Dance, and it's all onto Activit-E now. If they can get a 3-star, then they are looking good moving forward, and Chang Dance need to start picking their attacks up, or they are in trouble here.
The gossamer flesh of those glass cannons out back just could not handle the heat, and Unique has melted in the face of BN's defense from Activit-E. What a huge deficit now. 67% average destruction relative to Activit-E's 91% is going to be pretty much an insurmountable mountain for them to climb. They really need to put some triples up on the board now if they want to remain competitive against an Activit-E squad that seemed to be behind relative to them from yesterday's performance, but it's been turned completely on its head with those first 2 attacks.
Certainly have. Well, Chang Dance did get the 13 stars yesterday, so they are still on track for that. But BN will be wanting to take advantage here with the Zap hybrid attack strategy that is using the lightning spells in the core of the base, taking out a couple of defenses, and now he will just take his time with what looks like his queen walk up towards the town hall area. We have 2 super wall breakers trying to then set up pathing for the hybrid, which is the hogs and the miners.
This is a lot more slow and steady as we had seen from day one. The hybrid attack of miners and hog riders is a ground-based destruction force that can target both defensive buildings and the rest of the resource buildings along the outer edge with those miners to just chip away at whatever's closest. That queen walk is looking really good early on. She's taking quite a bit of damage here. That might force out a spell from BN unless he has got a lot of confidence in those healers. She's getting awfully low, Judo.
She was. The Grand Warden statue can actually do a lot of damage to your queen. You've got to be ready, and it looks like he manages to take the risk and get through that without using a spell. Now uses the rage spell to get the town hall, but the healers are taking a huge amount of damage, and he's losing them incredibly fast. With headhunters coming out of the clan castle, he's pretty fortunate that they move across to the Barbarian King.
That angelic support was nothing against such a diabolical defense from Tian of Chang Dance. The Inferno Tower heated up so quickly, and those healers have been counted out of action. BN's Queen Charge is dead on arrival. As soon as it takes down the Town Hall, he's forced into the second stage of this attack with hardly any value to count for that first hit. Just the bottom compartment knocked apart. It might be enough, though. Hog Riders and Miners can go the distance if they've got that support from the Grand Warden and enough heal spells to go in there deep. He's still holding on to one more, Judo.
Oh, they're taking a lot of damage from both of these scatter shots. Woody has to use the Grand Warden's ability to try and get through that. But you've got to say, without the Queen on the right-hand side tanking, is it enough? He used the heal spells very early on, because if there is a chance you are not getting the 3 stars, you have to use your spells early in order to keep the percentage high. Activit-E know that Chang Dance did not get a good percentage in the last attack, so even if they don't get the 3, they need to keep grinding away at the percentage, putting it as high as possible. And as you can see, the Hogs and Miners do fade out. With the Royal Champion's ability left, there is a chance of getting higher percentage, but there is a single target Inferno, Woody, which is sure to burn her to the ground.
Ouch. And I do have to point out, that was a nice hit early on with the Queen and the healers. Got a big chunk of the base out, but relative to the resources expended to get that job done, it was pretty low value in my opinion. He really needs that healer army to support the Queen deep into the raid and be able to carve out at least half that right side of the base if he's going to get enough support for those miners and hogs.
Yes, indeed. A rather shaky start from both clans at the beginning here. Fabian's 91% 2-star, managing to keep Activit-E quite firmly ahead, and then obviously 78% 2-star just then for BN. So Chang Dance really need to step it up. I feel like a percentage race is kind of out of the question now. I know we're still very early on in this war. However, it's now about the stars. It's now time to put up the triples for Chang Dance. Otherwise, they are definitely in trouble, Judo.
They certainly are, and this is the moment where they want to do it. If you move over the halfway point in the war, you know that your attacks are just getting thinner and thinner on the ground. And we are starting off with the lightning into dragons. We did see this attack strategy by the Queen Walkers yesterday. Chang Dance obviously feeling like they can give it a chance and taking out a couple of defenses straight away. We have the Royal Champion trying to get into the single target Inferno, but there's skeleton traps down there, which we commonly see around the single, and she doesn't get the value, Woody.
Yeah, it seemed like a key opportunity there to knock down a few extra Teslas along the outer edge using that Ice Golem as protection, but perfect prediction by Remy O, setting up so many traps to protect that bottom compartment. That did exactly what he was expecting on defense. Tian from Chang Dance is a badminton player outside the game, and he's used to going in the pool as well. He's diver, so hoping that that Royal Champion's dive early on can give the value that he was hoping for, but not looking likely. The main phase of the attack has begun, though, with the Grand Warden protecting these balloons and dragons on the bottom side. Eternal Tome insulates them from that Giga Bomb, and Judo, the attack is now going deep into the middle, but splitting up a bit here.
It is. The dragons are getting pulled down to the single target Inferno, which obviously he wanted that area down. He would have had all of the dragons up towards the north of the base, tried to adapt with a baby dragon, but it was not enough. He still does have a lot of force moving through the base, though, with the Queen's ability. Needs to get the air defense down, which it does. We can't quite see the dragons at the bottom, but I'm assuming they are going down fast to that air defense as well. But the Grand Warden takes it, Woody.
Wow, this is going a lot further than I expected, and I gotta give him credit for good base identification. These dragons have passed through pretty accurately, taking out a massive chunk of these defenses. And yet, that last compartment still remains. An Archer Queen, Eagle Artillery, multi-target Inferno are going to burn up whatever is left of this offense. He needs to keep all of those dragons concentrated in that Grand Warden Life Aura if he wants to have a chance at 3 stars. Couldn't get the job done this time, and that's what's going to leave him with a 2-star, 89%.
Well, it starts to pick things up for Chang Dance. As Banks said, a bit of a nervous start, and you can expect that. There's a lot on the line. We are in the World Championship qualifiers. It's incredibly difficult to get to this stage, and they know how much is on the line. They lose 2 matches today, they are going home. Let's dive into the next one, though, because we have Akram of Activit-E. Could this be the first 3-star and put them well in the lead, Woody?
The only chance that Chang Dance has to win a percentage destruction tie is if an Activit-E player drops his phone in the ocean. Very unlikely for them to be able to catch up against an over 10% deficit with 3 attacks already on the board. Activit-E have a chance to clinch it all if they can just get that triple right here and now.
Definitely. Akram using the lightning spells to take down the clan castle. He did use the lightnings yesterday, but followed up with the hybrid for a successful 3-star attack. Now, I like this. We have the jump spell trying to get into the first scatter shot and the enemy queen, but the attacking queen is so far behind the king that she has left him vulnerable, and he's not going to get the value that he wanted at all. Looks like the royal champion is not even going to get the scatter shot down to the bottom either, so he's missed both of the defenses he wanted to take.
Hero dives just not playing out to anyone's benefit right now. Activit-E and Chang Dance at a standstill, both struggling to get that first triple on the board, making heroic efforts to do so, but coming up short each time. The attack on the town hall is now underway. Grand Warden only protecting half the balloons, though, and the rest have exploded, popped out of the sky, and Akram's main force is now split in 2. No longer going to be able to get that big punch that he was looking for, spinning around in a tornado of destruction. That twister has really slowed things down and given these defenses all the time they need to tear this attack apart.
Not only did it slow them down, Woody, it pulled them all together, and the Eagle Artillery, with its raining fire, just took them all out. And Activit-E, with that huge percentage lead, are giving it away right now because the balloons are down. It is all about the buildings on the outside, and I'm not sure how far he can get here, Woody.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now. GYY from Chang Dance has got to be so happy about giving his clan a chance at moving on. This low percentage destruction from Akram isn't the same as dropping your phone in the ocean, but it will give Chang Dance a little bit of breathing room now. They've got to turn that accelerator all the way up to even stay competitive, but finally they get a chance at a little bit of a reprieve here. Clemency from the unrelenting assault that Activit-E has shown so far.
Yes, and Akram did say when we questioned them that you want to identify your weaknesses and try and improve, so I'm sure he'll be trying to do that, Banks.
Yes, a 64% 2-star right there. Activit-E are starting to slip, you know. They started off very strong. Chang Dance started off the complete opposite way, and now the scales are starting to even out. Now all we need is Chang Dance right now. They need to get the first triple on the board. That will secure their lead just by nudging them ahead, potentially. Well, obviously in stars, but you know what? They just have to pull something out of the bag. Otherwise, it's going to be curtains for them, Woody.
Yeah, it's been a struggle so far for both clans this war. We're going back to basics, though, not trying to bring anything fancy like double golem out here. Chang Dance with GYY are going to the mass E-drag strategy, bringing 4 rage spells and 4 freeze spells to keep them on target and shut down the key defenses. For this attack, you got to keep an eye out for air defenses. They're spread out along the backside of the base and could cause a lot of problems if GYY can't stay on track. But with so much splash damage chaining that lightning onto many of these cluster defenses, I think he's picked out a really good base to use this strategy on, Judo.
I agree, Woody. He has taken out a huge proportion of the base already, and we are only 40 seconds into the attack. 63% with 40 seconds. Notice how they are all multi-target Infernos as well, which is huge for the Electro Dragons. And with 1 air defense left, we have all of the Electro Dragons moving through the base. This is sure to be the overwhelming 3-star that Chang Dance needed.
Identifying this base perfectly. Oh my Wamoshin Deru. GYY knew his opponents would be dead as soon as the battle began. This is the fastest attack to get 3 stars I have ever seen in a Clash of Clans World Championship match. Didn't even take half the time that he had available to him. A 3 stars for Chang Dance puts them back in the race.
Have you seen anything like that? I don't think I have. Less than half the time, like you said, Woody. 1 minute and 40 left on the score. And you can see from the replay the amount of chain value he got initially, taking out most of the buildings. It just meant they could cruise through the back end of the base. And wow, Activit-E now on the back pedal. They are the ones that need to step up.
What a crushing wave of electronic destruction. Huge showing there. Really excited for Chang Dance to pull that off. That's actually going to give them the percentage lead now. Here I was 6 minutes ago saying that there was no chance that they would have that, but they are back in it to win it. You can never count out a team like this, and they have really turned the tide of this war with that one lightning fast finish.
Indeed, well, Remio using the lightnings into the lava loon. This is the strategy that he got the 3 stars with yesterday as well. He has the highest 3-star hit rate for his team. So if you wanted someone to get a 3-star, they have put the correct person on the board. And it's unfortunate that he wasn't able to take out the Archer Queen in the center there, Woody. Looks like he might have been able to get close with the lightning, but decided to just go for the defenses instead.
Royal Champion getting good value out here in the right side corner, has popped her ability already and torn apart that compartment. Couldn't get all the way to the Eagle Artillery, but the Archer Queen's coming in to back her friend up. Ladies, it's your time to shine, knocking down those key defenses, and we are still so early in this raid. Just passing the 1 minute mark now, and the lava loon is ready to float on through and bring the pain.
Beautiful, very controlled with the hero dive. That's exactly what you want to see. Unfortunately, the Archer Queen walks away from the enemy queen, which I'm pretty sure Remio wanted to get into. What is inside that battle blimp though? Will we see something for the town hall, or is it a dragon? It is a dragon for the Archer Queen. Absolutely pivotal here, but with the clan castle troops in the way, distracting the dragon, is she going to get her?
Also only got a partial pull of the clan castle. That means that that poison spell is not going to be available for the remaining archers, which are now screaming out along with a baby dragon. Huge upset in Unique's favor. The defenses might yet hold, Judo.
They might. The Archer Queen went down with the final blow from the dragon with the tornado trap. Picking all of the balloons, and the Grand Warden's ability already used. Will they make it to the town hall? They get it, but they will all go down, finishing the attack, and meaning that Chang Dance will maintain their star lead. And with 1 attack left, this is going to be a nail biter. He does still have a haste spell, but really unfortunate. Just had to secure that 2-star for there, Woody. Otherwise, it could have got real messy towards the end of this war.
Yeah, talk about messy. That is not the sort of play we were expecting from Remio. But hey, fortune favors the bold, and sometimes you got to make those risky hits.
Indeed, that was a pretty uninspiring beginning to this war, as we can all agree, but this is the kind of war that we're looking for now. This is the kind of nail-biting back and forth that we were hoping to see between Activit-E and Chang Dance. I think Chang Dance were listening. I think they heard us when they needed that triple, because straight away they came in with an absolutely astonishing smash their way through that base, and GYY manages to secure that first triple of the war, Woody.
Take a look at the replay there now as you see those balloons take out the town hall and then immediately pop down to the ground. There was not a single second to spare with that Grand Warden ability, so good heads-up play there from Fabian, securing the 2-star. But Chang Dance are now ready to walk away with a win if Su can just keep his head on straight and deliver that high 2-star. That might be enough. A 3-star would be sure to clinch the win.
It certainly would. Sue, the leader of Chang Dance, enjoys playing basketball in his spare time, and he did use the hybrid attack yesterday. Very, very close with 97%. If he does the same, it might still be enough for them. Using the Yeti just to set up the funnel for the Archer Queen, and it looks like he wants her to go straight into the Town Hall area here. Taking the Clan Castle troops and the Town Hall is very crucial starting the attack, Woody.
Look, the great thing about being a basketball player and playing Clash of Clans is that you're always trying to go for threes, Judo. That is what is on Pseudo's mind right now. At the right side, he pulls the Clan Castle early on and keeps that queen very healthy with the raid spells to back her up. Even brings in a couple of archers this time to take care of those pups and ensure the safety of those healers out back. That queen's taken a lot of damage, but she should be able to hold on with another raid spell. There it is, going straight in. And here comes the hybrid army.
He's brought the hybrid in to try and push the queen to the Town Hall, but she's decided to step into the compartment anyway. This is dangerous, and that is why he is trying to just drive the hybrid in as fast as possible to make sure the queen steps down over to the south to the Town Hall. She is firing against the wall, and fortunately, she will be able to reach the Town Hall from there. It could have been a very different attack had he not have brought the hybrid in as quick as he did.
Purity of essence and purity of form combined to knock down the entire setup of defenses from Fabian. Activit-E's base is looking really iffy right now as Sue thrusts his way forth along the top side, moving counterclockwise along that left edge, knocking down that scatter shot and Inferno Towers, but not able to keep it together just long enough. The Grand Warden now vulnerable with no troops left to support him. I think Sue's just going to be having to go away with the 2-star on this one, Judo.
Yeah, I think given that the Archer Queen started stepping away from the Town Hall, he will be very relieved that she turned and went where he wanted. Otherwise, he didn't have a backup plan. He had put everything into the hybrid to try and risk the 3-star and the high percentage, that if the Queen hadn't have came back, he didn't have any other troops to deploy.
Well, the stage has been set, and as it so often is, Chang Dance is ahead with a deficit in percentage. If Activit-E can put the triple on the board here and now with their final attack, they will win it. If they fail to do so, they haven't gotten a single 3-star so far this war, they will fall, Judo.
Talk about pressure. This is the moment. This is when you need it. If they win, they move to tomorrow's matches. If they lose, they move down into the losers bracket. And it is iPro that is stepping up to the plate. How do you think he feels right now, Woody?
He knows that the weight of so many weeks of preparation are on his shoulders right now. His teammates have fallen, and he is the last remaining champion for this Activit-E squad, seeking to take down a Goliath crew from Chang Dance that, once again, scored the highest stars and average destruction from any clan yesterday. The unstoppable force has met their match, and it's time now to finally see if iPro can do the same with his last shot at glory.
Yes, and interesting to take out the Eagle Artillery with the Battle Blimp. It does help with pathing a little bit for the hybrid, but remember the Eagle Artillery is not active. It is one of the 2 defenses, the Eagle and the Town Hall, that is not active until a certain point in the raid. So taking it out early on means you don't take any damage. Will it pay off for iPro as he charges his queen in towards the scatter shot? If he can take that down as well, that is another key defense down in this base.
iPro is a rugby coach outside of the game, so he's used to getting rough and ready for these hits. Clan Castle will come streaming out, and a well-placed poison spell will be able to finish them off, but will the queen survive? No! Forced to pop that ability early on. Not a good result for iPro, but he will hold on with those healers to keep her topped off in the center there. So much damage being dumped in forces out another rage spell, and this is not looking good for his 3-star hopes.
It's not looking good. Perfect bases behind Chang Dance because 3 black bombs went off and took 3 healers down. That means the queen is gone. Look, there's even a 4th black bomb over there. Definitely a baited queen charge area, and that is why we often see the single balloon coming in to try and set that off. I don't think it's looking good for iPro as the Hogs and Miners come through. They do get the Town Hall. He has a lot of spells, and he needs to just give it everything at this point and not make any more mistakes, Woody.
The terror of the tournament. Chang Dance's defenses stand in awe. iPro's attack has no chance of making the triple happen this time, and that means Activit-E have failed to put a 3-star up on the board with any of their 5 hits. That will be Chang Dance moving on to the finals bracket. Their undefeated march across these 2 fields of battle has shown that they deserve their spot here in the Clash of Clans World Championship. This August qualifier has only got 1 spot for that $1 million prize pool event later this year at the World Finals, and iPro's 2-star 57% is not going to be enough to take them there.
No, it is not enough. A pretty outstanding performance by Chang Dance, but being able to claw their way back and make it through and win that war, and then they're now going to be going through into tomorrow's playoffs. So, determined to make it to that Sunday's finals, that's exactly what they did. Look at that awesome graphic going across the screen. Chang Dance are your victors for that war. It's a very unlucky situation for Activit-E with such a strong start they had with Fabian's attack. Judo, what did you make of that one?
Well, I've just got to say that both teams really put up a good fight, but what I really like is that Chang Dance were definitely behind after the first couple of attacks. They held it together, and it proves that irrespective, if you're in a war, you can still win, even when it looks like you're not going to. You just have to keep going and put your attacks in as best as possible, grinding out the victory 11-10. GG to Chang Dance.
That really was a grind. Yes, GG to Chang Dance. So, Woody, why don't you take us through some of these stats from this war that I'm sure we are about to see on our screens?
Oh, gladly. Chang Dance dancing on the graves of Activit-E, who they've now sent down to the lower bracket. The really only highlight that I have for this last war was GYY's triple. Every other attack from his squad failed to break the 90% mark, but it was GYY, the MVP, undisputed of that last war, that will send Chang Dance happy and ahead to the playoffs. Activit-E now have the grim task of facing off against an H.T Family squad that have already defeated Hagure MetaL and are looking for their chance at glory as well.
Yes, exactly. It's important to point out that in the Group A stages, Activit-E will have another chance to get into the playoffs tomorrow. That's the grace, saving grace that they have from winning their match yesterday. So, what a way to kick off day 2. So, to look into this war in a little bit more detail, he's a caster, a content creator, and a clasher, and there's nothing he can't do. So, we thought we'd add expert to the list. It's Carbon Finn at the Telestrator.
Thank you so much, Banks. We're going to be breaking down the 1 triple from this war, which was GYY coming in with the mass E-Dragons. When you're thinking about doing E-Drags, especially on a base like this, you want to try to think about it in 3 different parts. And the first one is going to be the E-Dragons pushing his way through. You got to notice that the sweepers are pointing in different directions, so he's charging into the section where the sweepers are not pointing right here. You come into this section here is the E-Dragons. The second portion is your heroes. Try to keep them away from that clan castle, which is on the other side of the base. And then also that blimp is going to go for the town hall. So 3 different portions. This attack was so quick here. The E-Dragons, with that early warden ability to get through those initial defenses, didn't need to save it for the town hall since the blimp and rage was able to take it down. And then the royal champion was able to help come in from the right side to take out that Inferno Tower, the air defense, where the E-Dragons were not through. With a raid spell in the core, any storages provide some great chain value all the way through. And a lot of times, we're seeing now tornado traps towards the middle of the base, maybe behind some sweepers near a town hall, and we're not seeing too many anymore in the outside to the top, wherever the town hall is located. We used to see that. Maybe they've switched up because now you can send some blimps there, but really beautiful attack here from GYY. Such a quick one with those mass E-Dragons. But with that, we're going to be jumping into the very next one here of the qualifiers. Cannot wait.
What kind of Clash of Clans content do you think the community should create more of?
トーナメントは、今回みたいなトーナメントはたくさんあるけど、クラロワみたいなリーグみたいなのもあっても面白いのかなと思います。
希望我的成员去发布他们自己打的三星视频。
三星的一些流派、主流的打法之类的。
Peut-être plus de stratégie d'attaque.
Yo creo que deben hacer contenido para la gente que no juega, para así atraer a más gente y que cada vez seamos muchos más.
比赛吧，就是希望官方多做一点比赛的推广。
There should be more content of base building.
If you would like to convince someone to start playing Clash of Clans in one sentence, what would you say?
とても戦略性があるゲームだと思っているので、チェスとかなどが好きな人はおすすめできますね。
頭脳戦。
Clash of Clans, c'est plus qu'un jeu, on peut se créer de réelle amitié.
Amigos, estrategia y equipo. ¿Qué más quieres?
这是一款非常好玩的游戏，很需要动脑筋的游戏。
Oh, you can meet so many great people in Clash of Clans and have so much fun during the wars. And yeah, it's skillful, but also the community is very awesome.
Thank you so much, Carbon, for breaking down that attack. Now, before we continue, and I hope you are catching on to this one now, because it's time for the Mohawk wearing, the base tearing, the Clash bashing is in the building. Bash, welcome to the desk. Firstly, how's this intro for you? Is it catching?
Banks, I love the intro. Like, it's so fitting. I feel like it's just perfect, right? Like, that's such a good intro.
And who do you think is going to be taking home the win in this Group B matchup that we're about to witness?
Well, according to the Twitter poll on the Clash Clans Esports page, Queen Walker's heavily favored by the fans, and I tend to agree. Queen Walker's had a strong performance. They did have that weird misstep with U14's final attack in that last war, but remember, they came out 3 for 3, put the pressure on early, so you gotta think that they're the favorites in this war.
Yes, definitely. I think the experience definitely lies within them as well, like being such a well-recognized clan within the sort of Clash community. So, Judo, I'm working on perfecting your intro. Don't worry, it's coming. But don't worry, I'm also in need of your prediction for this upcoming war as well.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Bash and the community on the COC Esports Twitter page that I do think the Queen Walkers will take this one. We do know that they won the LIC finals previously with 29 out of 30 stars, which is incredible. However, it is important to note as well on the ESL Clash of Clans Twitter page, there is a poll and the community believe that the Queen Walkers and Nova will be the teams moving through. So even if Nova lose, maybe we'll see them come back as well.
Ooh, yes, it's true. It has been done before, as we have witnessed in the previous qualifiers. We have seen the lower bracket teams come back fighting, and then they can just carry that momentum into Sunday. Do you think that that's the key element of this kind of situation? Do you think that a lot of it's about momentum, about confidence, about obviously not buckling under pressure? But I think it's kind of a situation where the more you play on the day, the more your confidence builds. So potentially by losing a match, you're therefore later in the day gaining some confidence. What do you think about that, Bash?
You know, it's really unpredictable. It's hard to say with these types of wars. I mean, it all comes down to the base building, and obviously if you get to that final day, that's when your best bases are going to come out. But with a strong team like Queen Walkers and Nova, both of them have tons of experience. Both of these are World Championships team. Remember, Nova is the World Champions reigning right now, but Queen Walkers made it to the Final 8 last year, put on a great performance on the big stage, and they have been crushing it, not only in the ESL events, but as Judo mentioned, and some of the community events as well. So I think both of these teams, whether they win or lose, will have plenty of momentum and be able to work into that playoff tomorrow without any issues.
Yes, and Activit-E obviously are going to be... so is it Activit-E that just... Yes, Activit-E. Chang Dance, sorry, will be advancing into tomorrow. And they might be facing up against like a Nova Esports team. Do you think that... Put yourself in their shoes. Do you think Chang Dance may be more worried about going up against the Queen Walkers team or more worried about going up against the Nova Esports team, Judo?
I think at this stage in the competition, anyone is a threat, and I'm pretty sure that Chang Dance are the type of team that won't underestimate anybody. However, you've got to say with the name of Nova and what they have achieved, you've got to think that they would be the team they would fear the most.
Yes, and Bash, did you manage to catch that last war? What was the standout for you right there?
That was a big surprise for me. I thought we were going to see a lot more triples. I was looking for a 12-12, 13-12 type of war, but the defense is held on both sides. We did see that one crazy E-Dragon attack that just absolutely smashed the base, but I was kind of worried for Chang Dance there early. They struggled, they stumbled right out of the gate, but they were able to bounce back. Their defense is held up, and those E-Dragons came in and actually won the war for them. You know, a strategy a lot of people don't really consider, you know, like a skilled attack, but against the right bases, it can crush, and we saw that attack was less than 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Definitely was a hesitant start going into that war because, yeah, we saw some very low scores, didn't we? Kicking things off. Do you think it's to do with confidence levels, maybe a bit of panic, or maybe what was something I've spoken to with players previously in other qualifiers? They say that it's actually communications as well. Maybe someone kind of shouting in your ear. Judo, with your experience playing within the clans that you play in, can communication throw you off during a war?
It certainly can do, and I think it could be a number of factors. And when you get to this stage, it's so different. It's very hard to replicate a qualifier when you're not in a qualifier, if that makes sense, because it's just a totally different pressure. So I think it could be a totally different thing here, Banks, but I think we're ready.
We are ready indeed. It is time for your second matchup of today's third qualifier, day 2. It's Nova going up against Queen Walkers.
That's right, Banks, and we're going to have Juan from Nova Esports coming in with something we haven't seen yet so far, a Queen Charge Lalo attack. So looking to get some massive value from this Queen Charge. We do see the two super wall breakers to try to get this Queen deep inside this base, pull out that clan castle, get to those scatter shots, maybe even the enemy world champion if she steps up. What are you looking at for this one here, Judo?
Well, I've got to say, it's a very quick start by Juan, who did struggle with his attack yesterday, only getting the 89%, struggling with time, and he has funneled either side of the Queen very quickly, taken out the multi-inferno and pulled the clan castle troops with only 50 seconds gone. He's looking pretty good here, Bash.
Yeah, definitely a strong start. Needs the Queen to step up into this pocket, and it looks like she might go over to this evil compartment, and she's gonna do just that. Oh, here she comes back! Queen can't make up her mind, Judo. She's all over the place. Now she's getting fired on from that single. He's gonna have to use a free spell to ensure that the Queen stays up, and this wall breaker is not gonna cooperate. The wall breaker goes over and opens up the single compartment, but the Queen decides to break in further and gonna force out another free spell as that Inferno was burning her down.
Yeah, just a slight misplacement of the super wall breaker. Obviously would have took the Queen to that area if it had have targeted the different wall. So Juan tries to send in the Royal Champion, knows that time is now ticking. He is using an extensive Queen charge, but with the Eagle Artillery down, the Queen getting to the next scatter shot, there's not a lot left for the Lava Loon, and the Tornado Trap has been activated as well, Bash.
There's not a ton left on this base. The Queen taking down both scatter shots, the clan castle, the Eagle Artillery, the Infernos, and here comes the Lalo. Not a ton of balloons on this one, but doesn't need a ton as most of the heavy defenses are down from that Queen charge. As she's beating on a wall, those balloons are going to make their way to the clan castle. Grand Warden's Eternal Tome going to protect the balloons, and they have no issue getting the town hall down. However, we do have the enemy Queen and enemy Royal Champion firing on these balloons. Need to be dealt with as soon as possible, Judo.
Press the Queen's ability. He needs to get the multi-inferno down to protect the balloons. Oh no, they are crashing to the ground. And with 30 seconds left, you can't help but think it might just be a little bit too much for the Archer Queen now, Bash.
Yeah, between that multi-inferno, the enemy Queen, and the Royal Champion, those balloons stood no chance. They were getting shot down one by one and 5 at a time with the Inferno. It was rough for them to hang in there, but still a very respectable percent as we work closer towards that 90% mark, most likely 87-ish here as that last building's going to go down. Maybe 88. That Archer almost has that last building. 87% there for Juan. A crazy huge Queen charge, but the Lalo not able to get through the rest of the base.
Yeah, well, sometimes time is the factor. We've got to remember it is only 3 minutes, so you can be as effective as you want with the Queen, but if the Lava Loon doesn't have enough time, then it is history. The balloons did struggle towards the back end though, Bash. We can see on the replay with the air sweeper pushing the balloons back. They ended up just going down and leaving the attack vulnerable.
Yeah, he did have a headhunter or two in that army comp, but I didn't see maybe they got taken out before they were able to get into that Warden's ability. But that enemy queen and world champion, they did massive amounts of work with that last Inferno. I heard you signaling for the queen ability to get popped, but she was also stuck on some air skeletons. So tough break there for Juan. We're going to have Akira coming in for the Queen Walkers next, and it looks like we're going to have a hybrid attack. And this is kind of what we saw yesterday, a heavy minor hybrid attack. So far, we do have the Siege Barracks selected, so we may see more hogs out of that Siege Barracks as this Queen Walk gets going.
Yeah, we could do. And Queen Walkers, they want to have a solid start here. Let's remember, yesterday they had 3 stars right out of the gates, and Akira used virtually this attack strategy, pretty much the same composition, and did get the 3 stars. Very nicely takes down the first single target Inferno, has a good funnel set for the Queen now moving into the base, and just being patient on the next super wall breaker, but it targets the outside wall bash. I think he wanted it to target the Archer Tower and the inside wall.
Yeah, an unfortunate break there. It's trying to get the Queen towards that Town Hall, but now she's going to be stuck on the Lava Hound, and we also have an Archer targeting the healers now. Oh, we also have that scatter shot raining in shots on the Queen. The poison spell gets those lava pups down. Can she get over towards the scatter shot? She is going to be stuck on a wall, but we're going to have to see this hybrid coming in very soon. We'll have that Siege Barracks and the hybrid moving in any moment now. I think he's trying to wait for the Queen to get to that scatter shot, yeah?
I think he is, but the healers are getting picked off by the Archer Tower and they are down. That is it. Now, how crucial is the scatter shot? Because Akira wasted the healers to get it, so we will have to find out. And with the Siege Barracks not quite setting up the funnel to the left-hand side, where are the miners going to go? He needs this Town Hall to at least secure the 2 stars.
Yeah, the miners are going to come back, get the Town Hall, rage spelled through the miners and the hogs right there, and the Royal Champion is going to support them through the top side. We do have the hogs working around the outside, but that last scatter shot and the eagle are being such a pain. If he can get to that eagle, get to that scatter shot, going to be set up really nicely, and the Queen goes down here from the cannon, but still lots of troops. Look at this, Judo. We got hogs at the top. We got a lot of miners still up. We got that Royal Champion. She doesn't have her ability. Oh, and the single locks onto the Royal Champion. She's going to go down really quickly, but is there enough here, Judo? This has still got a shot.
There's a lot of miners.
Oh, no.
There's a lot of miners. They take down the single target Inferno. The Hog Riders are coming through. Surely this is going to be the 3-star, but we do have 2 cannons. We have 2 Teslas. The Grand Warden is trying to help with support with 30 seconds. We need the rest of the troops across here, Bash. The percentage is going higher. We are ever so closer to the 3 stars. Is it going to happen though, Bash?
It's right there, Judo. Here come those last few troops. The miners up top cleaned up, and here we go. The last 2 buildings are going to go down. Akira with another triple with the hybrid. What a nice attack. Great patience there on that Queen charge. Oh my goodness, Banks, that was beautiful.
That is how you kick off your war in day 2 of the 3rd qualifier for the Clash of Clans World Championships. Queen Walkers stomping their foot down and saying, here we are, 100% triple back capture. Come on, Judo, what do you think?
Well, he took his time to get the scatter shot. We were questioning how crucial that would be, and you can see that with only 1 scatter shot left, it meant the hybrid was able to push up to it, and you can see the heal spell on the replay right next to the scatter shot and the eagle, 2 of the key defenses to make sure you're protecting your hogs and miners through, Bash.
Yeah, that one was so close. What actually helped it was a few of those miners split up and took out those buildings, the trash buildings up top, so the cleanup was done. But like you mentioned, the great patience there to get that scatter shot down. I was worried, as you were calling out, that the funnel wasn't set too great for the hybrid, but it was set just enough to get through there. So Nova Esports is going to have to respond with a triple of their own. We're going to have Ogre and John coming in with a Zap Yeti attack here. So we'll see a Warden Walk start this one off to set the funnel, and then most likely we'll zap out a scatter shot or maybe some other key defenses. We'll have to see what he decides to do with those 5 lightning spells. No, gonna go for the single Inferno down there at the bottom, so maybe push those Yetis right through the scatter shots in the middle of the base.
Yeah, that looks like what he is doing, and it's interesting that Nova have swapped out their attacking lineup, choosing one to attack first. Ogran actually attacked first yesterday with this strategy getting the 3-star, so I wonder if that just came down to confidence of the bases. Maybe Ogran wanted a little bit longer to prep, and let's see whether that does indeed pay off for them. With the Grand Warden walk, we commonly talk about the 1-minute mark, making sure you don't time fail because he can be a little bit slow, and we are getting to that stage. Here comes the Ice Golem and the rest of the troops, Bash. The funnel is already set.
A nice use of the super wall breaker to open up that wall, and notice the Yeti and minion down there on the bottom side to make sure the other Yetis and the bowlers go inside. The bowlers are going to go ahead and activate the town hall, and we got the king and the siege barracks dropping in the bottom side just off screen. And here we go, rage spell through the town hall falls, goes down without issue. So use the zaps to get that single out, so maybe the king could get more value and push these troops through this base. Here we go, the Yetis are pushing through strong. Those lava pups causing a little bit of a delay, but the first scatter shot goes down. Judo, if he can get to this last compartment with the eagle and then to the scatter, this is looking really solid.
It looks very good. I love the position of the jump spell. It actually gave him access right to the far compartment, which might not have been something you initially looked at. So very good recognition there, getting the Yetis through. They have gone down. There's still a scatter shot active, but like you said, Bash, we have the Queen's ability, which is just going off. The Royal Champion's ability, he still has a chance here, but with a lot of defenses, it is going to be a close one.
Yeah, just fizzled out in the middle of the base. I think that top scatter shot was just a bit too much. We do have a couple Yetis, but notice that the baskets on their backs are empty, so there are no more Yeti mites. It looks like that Yeti on the outside does have a few Yeti mites left, but here comes the Royal Champion. She still has her ability. Remember, she'll be able to one-shot that Archer Tower, the Teslas. Can she get through and secure these last few defenses? Judo, this is going to be really close. Royal Champion's ability is going to come in any second. Here it goes. Judo, can this get through the final defenses?
Oh, it's pretty close. She was so protected with all of the wizards and the witches. That was the game changer. But because she's a defense targeting troop, she ran out in front. The Expo is behind the wall and going to be shooting at these troops all of the time. With 10 seconds, Bash, it's going to be a close one. I don't think there's any Yeti mites left in the basket to jump over the wall. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Don't tell me it's going to be a 99. Oh, it's 98% for Nova Esports.
Oh, the heartbreaker there, just not quite enough. That Royal Champion just needed a little bit more to get through there. She was so close. Oh man, she popped that Seeking Shield, but she did not hit any of those defenses she could one-shot, so she got caught up and taken out. But we see that initial surge right through the middle of this base. Oh man, I thought he had enough to get through there, but just not quite enough. The 98%, still a really high percentage, like I've mentioned in the past. Every percent counts, so if you're gonna not get that triple, try to get that highest percent as possible. But Nova's still gonna be searching for that elusive 3-star, as we're gonna have Queen Walkers coming in with their stacking attack, and we're gonna have Stadra coming in. Stadra actually had a triple yesterday with the Yetis, a similar comp to this one.
Yeah, he did. He opened it up with these lightning spells, which it looks like he's going with the battle blimp today. So let's see if he can have the same kind of success. Has to use a rage spell early on, which I'm sure he predicted because of the Grand Warden statue. Nicely finds a black bomb with the balloon, but the battle blimp is stuck in the tornado trap, and it's not going to reach the town hall, Bash.
Oh, it finally gets through, Judo. It barely held on there. The Coco Loon getting down that one Seeking Air Mine was massive. Notice that the battle blimp is also going to pull out the clan castle troops so that the Queen can disperse them, but now the Queen is locked onto by that single target Inferno. And here we go with all the Yetis pushing into the middle of the base. We'll have a jump to get through. Can the Queen hang on here and get down these lava pups? Those lava pups can be so menacing to the end of the attack, but it looks like the healer's getting her back up to full health, and she'll have no problem. Here come the Yetis charging through the middle of this base, Judo.
Oh, the difficulty is that the healers are on the Queen, and he needs them on the Yetis and bowlers. They are taking a huge amount of damage, and that's it. It looks like they are virtually down. He has 1 or 2. No, there they go. You need the healers on the troops. Got a little bit unfortunate there, Stadra, in terms of the Lava Hound. Just wasting the healers on the Queen, but that's exactly why Nova Esports will have had that troop on defense. You always want to try and trip your opponent up, and you can do that with the traps, with the tornado trap, which nearly tripped up the battle blimp, and the clan castle troops. Stadra just trying to rescue any kind of percent now, Bash.
Yeah, this one was all over the place. That tornado was almost devastating. And you're right, the Queen needing to be healed back up wasn't allowing those healers to switch off. But we still have that Royal Champion working through here with their ability. Going to try to get this up into the 80%. So they're going to, still be close on the final percentage. And it looks like that Royal Champion is going to be able to do just that. Get this over the 80% mark. And if it weren't for that single Inferno, this could have a chance. I don't know. There's still 3 witches. Time's going to be an issue. But this one's going to be really close to getting into the 90s, Judo.
This one is going to be close, and I've got to say, Stadra really used his Royal Champion's ability perfectly there. Normally, we would see that to try and help get through the single target Inferno, but recognizing the witches on the outside of the base, knew he had to protect them, so used it to get through the scatter shot. Even if he doesn't get the 3-star, he knows the witches can clear out even more defenses on the interior and the trash buildings on the outside, getting up into the 90% here, Bash.
Yeah, this one looked like it was going to die out really quickly, but we saw holding that Royal Champion was massive. And these 3 witches, we've seen this be a thing during this qualifier where we have 3 witches in there to support the King and the Siege Barracks, able to push this up into the 90s. 93% there for Stadra from Queen Walkers.
Yes, an extremely strong start from Queen Walkers. Still, we've had a triple and we've had a 93% 2-star. Nova Esports do have a little bit of grounds to cover. However, it's still very high in terms of their percentage, so don't count them out at all. It's just that additional star that they're going to try and look to claim back, Judo.
Absolutely, you can't write anybody off at this stage in the war. We're not even halfway through, and we know what happened yesterday in the Nova and Goethe war, the incredible performance we seen by them. So you never know what can happen. Nova have got everything to fight for here.
Yes, and we're going to have React coming in with a Zap Lalo. We have 5 lightning spells with an Earthquake. We've seen this take out single target Infernos. We've seen this take out scatter shots, and we're going to take out a scatter shot, an Expo, and an Air Sweeper, so that initial charge from the heroes. But look at this, we also have a Golem. I was going to say initial charge from the heroes, but this is actually going to look like a small kill squad, meaning going to commit a little bit of troop space to get the proper value with the heroes. So we got a Yeti in there, we got a Golem in there. It'll be interesting to see where this Golem comes in to support this push, Judo.
Yeah, it will be interesting, and I love that he got a bit of damage on the Queen. Even if he doesn't take the Queen down, with the initial kill squad, he can take the Queen down a lot easier. Now, I love when we asked a lot of the players before the qualifiers the questions, React said he just enjoys playing the game. And it all comes down to that. If you're enjoying the game, you're going to be able to put the time and effort in, which we know Nova Esports put a lot of effort in. Saying that they actually put up to 8 hours a day in, which is incredible. And the Archer Queen is down, Bash. The Golem is tanking for the Queen, who has her ability still. This looks pretty good.
It was a nearly perfect King ability there to get the Queen down, get down that Eagle Artillery, and set the Queen up to push in here. And you notice those 2 Headhunters come in to take out the enemy Royal Champion. This is looking like an amazing start to this attack, getting huge amounts of value. Here comes that Royal Champion in to get that multi-target Inferno out, and she'll try to get as many buildings down as that Seeking Shield comes through. But here we go with the Lalo starting out. Royal Champion stuck on a few skeletons, but she's going to be able to bounce off them and hop to a few defenses. Stone Slammer selected here, Judo, so a little bit risky. Going to have to work our way towards that Town Hall.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about the Stone Slammer is look at it tanking the scatter shot. It is getting a little bit of crash damage onto the balloons, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it means the scatter shot is not getting huge damage to the balloons, but they've tracked around it. That is going to be incredibly crucial. We've got 1 balloon trying to get to it, and if it gets on the inside, it can take it out by itself. That is hugely important to this raid, Bash.
Yeah, that balloon is going to be able to get the scatter down. The rest of the balloons are crushing the base. So Warden's ability was perfect. And oh my goodness, this one is going to be smashed. React getting the 3-star that Nova was looking for. Judo, I don't know if you noticed on this one, but the clan castle wasn't dealt with. Took the risk that there was a lava hound in that clan castle, and it appears like there was. I saw a couple of headhunters come out, but perhaps there was a lava hound in here, and the gamble pays off for React. Scouting out Queen Walkers, knowing that they love to run a ton of Lava Hound clan castles, not having to deal with that with the heroes, and it pays off with the massive triple here. Nova Esports getting the answer they need. This one is neck and neck, back and forth. These two teams giving it their all to move into that playoff.
They are giving it everything they have, and now we have a crucial attack by the Queen Walkers. They still are ahead on percentage, but after seeing this attack, the power of the balloons just wrecking their base, will it unsettle them a little bit, Bash? I'm sure they have nerves of steel, though. They still do have the attack, and if they get a 3-star now, they still maintain their lead, but you'd always want to have the 3 stars on the board. You never know what's going to happen.
Right, it's always better to get those 3 stars early than need to wait till that last attack. And we're gonna have one of the best attackers in the game, Gaku, coming in with a drag bat attack. We haven't seen too many dragons in this qualifier yet. We did see one from Queen Walkers, but that was Klaus yesterday, and it was just straight up dragons, no bats. So generally with this, we're going to try to get out as many of the splash defenses as possible and get a huge path set up for those bats to come in late and sweep through this base.
Yes, and he's using his heroes early on, which is very sensible with a dragon attack. You really need to set up the funnel for the dragons. Remember, dragons are troops that attack anything. So for that reason, you have to set up the funnel similar to miners, in fact, where you take out the entire buildings. And that's where the king on the outside taking the trash. The royal champion didn't quite get the scatter shot, but he still has the... Oh, he's used the archer queen to the top, trying to set up that funnel. It is going to be interesting to see how he adapts, though, for the scatter shot.
Yeah, that scatter shot just barely hanging on there. It does not have very much health, but using those heroes to kind of split the base in half, or not in half, rather, set the pathing, rather, at the top and the bottom of the base. Here come those dragons right through the middle, but remember, like you said, that last scatter shot did not go down from the Royal Champion, so the Stone Slammer is going to go over there and disperse of it. We do have the Warden's ability popped on those dragons as they get the Town Hall down. Will they take any damage? Oh, it looks like the Eternal Tome from the Warden was just long enough, and here we come with the bats supporting this dragon push through the base. First free spell goes down on that wizard tower, exactly as you said. Perfect there, Judo.
Perfect, and oh, there's a red ball. It's took out all the bats. Oh no, Gaku will be screaming. That is hugely important for this raid. The bats are gone. It doesn't matter that he put the freeze spells in perfectly. They go down, and this is exactly what Nova Esports needed, Bash.
That was looking so good, but one air bomb just ruined the whole attack. Oh my goodness, this was going to be so close to a 3-star, if not a high 80-90% attack. Instead, this will open the door for Nova now to answer and take the lead with a very low percentage attack. Oh no, that is not what the Queen Walkers wanted. Man, that is devastating. One red air bomb taking out all of the bats there, and Gaku gonna do his best to try to get as much percentage points as possible here. Man, not the answer they were looking for. Devastating, Judo.
Devastating indeed. I know how tight of a group the Queen Walkers are, though. They talk to each other every single day as a team, so I'm sure after this attack they will be coming together, having that little bit of team morale to make sure that for the final attacks they can put up their best performance and hopefully get the job done here, trying to get any remaining percentage. But with only a 70%, it's actually advantage to Nova now, Banks.
I'm absolutely speechless. I feel like this is becoming a bit of a theme today, because I was saying in the previous war, Chang Dance must have heard us talking, because then they opened up with a triple, and now Nova Esports have just gone, hey Banks, hold my beer, because they just come in with a triple, and then like you said, Bash, already, one thing, one bomb, one tiny little object on the map can ruin the entire attack. I couldn't believe it, Bash.
And that was looking so strong. That bat wave came in, and as we see here on the replay, that one air bomb, oh no, almost all the bats down from one trap. You commit all that spell space and you just get devastated in an instant. What a heartbreaker there. But now the door is wide open for Cuevas from Nova Esports, looking to respond with a drag bat of his own. Judo, this could be exactly what Nova needed.
Wow, think about the risk that you have with the bats. We just seen how much of a risk it is, but we always say high risk, high reward, and Nova feel that this base is susceptible to the drag bat. I noticed 2 air expos and 2 ground expos as well, Bash, but both sweepers to the northern area of the base. So this is interesting. We could assume the dragons are going to come in, obviously behind the sweepers.
Look at this massive value from the heroes. The first scatter shot is down. That Royal Champion throwing her Seeking Shield. If she can get this other scatter, oh, she barely does not get it, but it is barely hanging on there. And you're right, here come those dragons starting the funnel up there at the 9 o'clock position. Queen's gonna get one of those ground targeting bows. Can she get a shot or two on this Queen? She's actually gonna get the enemy Queen all the way down, and we're gonna have those dragons coming in from about the 7, 8 o'clock position here, and they're gonna have a strong start. But the big risk here, it looks like we're gonna try to fly a blimp all the way to the town hall with these dragons. Most likely we'll see that Warden ability come in to get that blimp all the way in. Here it comes, Judo. Will the blimp get to the town hall?
It has to pay off because the bats will not be able to get it. You've got to say that being a symmetrical base, it is brilliant to see the adaptions and just bringing the dragons into the left-hand side where the scattershot was. The battle blimp does get to the town hall with the rage. Once that's gone down, there's not a lot left and the bats should be able to clear here, Bash.
Oh, this is looking absolutely beautiful for Nova. Just need, actually, the Wizard Towers are going to be locking onto these dragons, so the 2 remaining freeze spells may be extra here. It depends if that last dragon can hang on, but here come the bats, and they're going to have no problem getting through this base, Judo. The bats are raided in, free spell goes down, and this one is going to be crushed for Cuevas. Nova Esports taking that lead, taking advantage of Queen Walker's falter, and here we go with the triple in response. Exactly what they needed, all the pressure on the Queen Walkers on this next attack. What an amazing identification for that drag bet. Great use of the blimp to get through. Judo, that was just a well-executed attack.
A beautifully executed attack. The dragons are still alive. The bats do their job, and Cuevas now has 2 3-stars for Nova since he got the 3-star yesterday. The MVP for sure, and what a time to pull in a 3-star attack.
That's exactly what they needed. You could not ask for a better answer to that falter from Gaku, and this one was just really well done. The heroes were able to get so much value from their dive. They almost got both of the scatter shots. It only took 1 a breath of the dragon to take down that second scatter shot. The blimp gets all the way to the town hall, and that's exactly what they need. Now it'll be up to Queen Walkers to answer. Can Klaus come in and get the 3-star that they need? This must be a triple with them being down on percent. No pressure, Klaus, but let's see how your Lalo's gonna go.
No pressure at all. They do need the 3-star now. If you move into the last attack and you are a star and percentage behind, you are asking a lot. You are really asking for your opponent to fail their attack. So this one means everything. Strap yourselves in. This is going to be one epic attack by Klaus, starting with the Wall Wrecker and the Archer Queen down towards the south of the base. The single is charging through that Wall Wrecker, but I think he's just using it to tank initially and get the heroes in. Headhunters coming out of the clan castle though, Bash. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, he ran 3 ice golems in that wall wrecker, so all he needed was the wall wrecker to get through that wall, and then he's going to use those ice golems to help support this hero dive onto the town hall. The king's ability is going to get that enemy queen down. The king should have no problem getting the town hall down as well. The single inferno goes down. The queen disperses of all the lava pups. It's all on the line. Klaus, what do you have here with the final attack? Royal Champion coming in at the 12 o'clock position, setting up that nice pathing for the balloons. And here we go, Judo. It's all going to come down to this Lalo phase. So many balloons, so many lava pups. Can he get through this base?
He has set up a tremendous funnel. Oh, but the Tesla that pops at the top of the base could be hugely impactful into the attack because that could draw some of the balloons out of the way. I'm sure that Klaus has seen that, and we should have a little bit of an adaptation. There we have balloons coming into it, but with the lava loon now driving in from the right-hand side, he has to get the spell placements right. Freezes the Eagle Artillery. We are battling into a sweeper, so it's not going to be the ideal path here, but they are trying their best. They're struggling though, Bash.
Those balloons taken out by the scatter. Notice he does have that heal spell down, but those scatters are so deadly to the balloons. Here comes that Warden's Eternal Tome, but the Eagle is still up. We still have that last remaining air defense, but there's nothing on the Eagle. Oh no, Judo. He has to get back to that Eagle somehow, and there are not enough balloons. This one is not going to be what they needed. Klaus going to fall short here. The balloons just ignored that Eagle compartment with the bows in it, and that is going to crush this one. With the Eagle still remaining as well, there won't be as much percent. Queen Walkers are going to need to look for a big defense on this final attack. They have to get that defense on the final attack to have any shot to come back and win this war. Wow.
Yeah, they're going to need something special now. The balloons just didn't track through the base as he wanted. How crucial was it putting the balloons at the top there? Not what the Queen Walkers needed, Banks.
No, indeed, Judo. That was a really tough break for the Queen Walkers. That was the attack that they needed to secure a triple in order to get back in the race. Nova Esports seeming to be running away with it. They came back swinging after a bit of a wonky start, you know, right there. So, Bash, what are your predictions? What do you think that they're going to need to do? Do you think the defenses are obviously going to need to stay up for Queen Walkers, but Nova Esports' final attacker is, you know, coming in for this clutch?
All Nova has to do is triple and they secure the victory, move on to that playoffs. Lots of pressure on this final attack for Nova. Remember, we've seen some really interesting things on these final attacks. We've even seen 1-stars. So it's all going to come down to T-Top here for Nova Esports, and it looks like we got a hybrid attack. And remember, yesterday, T-Top used the hybrid for a 3-star Judo.
He did, and the interesting thing is when we interviewed the players, T-Top said that with every single loss, you have to learn something. And he was part of the Nova squad that we seen last month. So how much has he learned from that experience, and can he pull it in order to give them the victory in this war? Starting off with his funnel for the Queen, who is now walking up to the top area of the base. A couple of Hog Riders and the Baby Dragon to cut off the funnel over there. Nicely done. And with the Clan Castle troops coming out, it's a good confident start here for Nova.
Yeah, the Queen's going to have no issue getting rid of the Clan Castle troops with that free spell on that Inferno Dragon. And look at that Tornado Trap spinning with nothing in it. The Wall Breaker does get held up momentarily, but remember that Super Wall Breaker. They're beefy. They get right on through there. Queen now going to make her way towards that Town Hall. Freeze on the single Inferno, raging her up. She should have no issue getting through this Town Hall, getting through that single Inferno, and have a great path set up here for the hybrid.
He lost 4 healers from that area. I know that the Queen Walkers like to bait Queen entries, and it's paid off for them. No healers. Well, 1 healer left on the Queen, so she goes down. The 1 healer transfers to the hybrid. This is exactly what the Queen Charge was not set to do, and it's exactly what the Queen Walkers needed. A big defense, but how far will the hybrid get? He has not got the value from the Archer Queen. The Hogs and the Miners charge on. They are actually doing a pretty good job, though, Bash. The Archer Queen trying to do anything on defense. 3 giant bombs, but with a heal spell there, Nova will move and continue to fight through this attack.
Lots of stuff still up here, making sure to keep those troops healed up. The Royal Champion does finally go down. This is going to need to get a little bit more percentage, I believe, for Nova with that opening that they had, but working into that 70% mark. I'm not sure it's going to be enough to put this. I'm not sure. Oh, Judo, we're going to have to wait and see how the percents are looking. This could actually be close. If Queen Walkers can clutch up and get that final 3-star, this could actually be a lot closer of a war. 74%, 75 with this P.E.K.K.A still strong. P.E.K.K.A should be able to get maybe a few more buildings. Headhunter going to come in and help disperse of that Royal Champion. Oh my goodness. This could be anyone's war. I don't know, Judah.
I think it's enough. 96.2%. That is a dominating percentage by Nova, continuing to try and drive it up as high as possible, though. Queen Walkers can get themselves a 3-star on the board, and then we can see what happens. But Nova have given themselves a commanding lead over the first 4 attacks, and all Queen Walkers can do is put a 3-star up, and then we see what happens right at the end.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. It might be just out of reach for the Queen Walkers. Nova getting that last attack in there for a 79% 2-star, putting up 12 stars against the Queen Walkers for a final tally of 92.8%. Queen Walkers have to triple here to give themselves any kind of hope. We'll have to see what they pull out on their final attack. You got to go all in here, Judo. You got to put it all on the line.
You do, and even if they go down in this war, remember, they will still be battling later on today, so they can still gain their confidence with this attack. Confirmation that Nova have indeed won this one. They will be moving forward, but Yuta14 wants to pick up his confidence after yesterday's attack, sending in the battle blimp down to the south area of the base, Bash.
Yeah, the battle blimp's going to come in, pull out that clan castle, set up for the heroes to dive in. I was hoping we would have a shot here for a 3-star to win it. Oh, man, but unfortunately the percentage just going to be out of reach is what we're hearing. The Queen's going to come in here and disperse of the Lava Hound, but look at that. We got the healers being targeted, so we're going to have to force out a couple balloons here just to make sure those healers don't get taken out. And here we go. That Lava Hound is popping. The King is coming in. Yuta want to finish strong. Remember, we had that really dicey attack from Yuta yesterday, missing the clan castle and almost missing the star. Honestly, it was a close attack, but here we go. The Queen's going to charge in here, get out the town hall. You definitely want to end with the 3-star, build that momentum. They will go down to that bottom bracket. They are not out of it yet. They can still qualify, but Nova will move on and play tomorrow for their chance at the golden ticket. Here we go with the Queens working towards that town hall and looking like a great Queen charge and nice pathing getting set up here, Judo.
Oh, beautiful. The Super Wall Breaker allows the Queen to walk through into the next compartment. Next level stuff by Yuta14. We mentioned picking up his confidence, but this player has all the experience in the world. He was at the World Finals last year, and I know for a fact that he will not let it phase him. Uses the freeze to stop his healers being vulnerable. He will get the Town Hall easily this time, and then move on. The healers actually just made it through, didn't they, Bash? But it looks a lot better, and he will now be sending in the Lava Loon. This is definitely more confidence than yesterday.
Yeah, definitely not so much sketchiness on this attack. That Queen charge is massive. Look at this Queen go. She's going to go for the whole base by herself here, Judo. Wow, over 55% 2-star from the heroes alone. And here comes the Lalo. We just got up the Eagle Artillery, a few Wizard Towers, and that final scatter shot. But notice in that final compartment where the balloons are going to work towards, there's the enemy Queen and that single target Inferno. And we've seen the enemy Queen be such a factor on these Lalo attacks. Can she stop it in its track? Let's see what Yuta has working through here. Gets the Warden's ability in and trying to get that scatter shot down before it takes out these packs of balloons.
Yeah, he's sending the minions in to try and get it as fast as possible, but the balloons are taking a lot of damage, irrespective of the 3-star. I think we can give massive respect to Yuta14. We know why they are called the Queen Walkers. That was incredible, powering into the center of the base. It's not going to be enough, but Bash, what an incredible attack!
That Queen charge was epic. The most massive Queen charge I think we've seen yet. Banks won in a war. These two teams fought it out to the very end.
Yes, 2 incredible wars to kick off day 2 of the qualifiers. But you know what? Like you've already said, Judo, massive respect to Yuta14 because he definitely came out swinging there, almost with a point to prove, I think, for the Queen Walkers due to his previous still dicey attack that he said, that Bash said earlier. But yes, congratulations to Nova Esports. They will be advancing into the playoffs tomorrow with 12 stars to 11 with a 92.8% average there. Let's take a quick look at these stats, Bash.
Yeah, a little bit of an upset based on the community polls we saw here. Couple 3-stars, a nice 98% for Nova Esports. They looked really strong. And remember, that one red air bomb may have shifted the whole momentum of this attack. So Nova Esports will move over to play tomorrow. And Queen Walkers, their day's not done. They're going to have to face 11 Original, which is no easy task in its own.
Exactly. Queen Walkers have already taken out 11 Original yesterday, so it's here to see the rematch. What's going to happen in the rematch? So Nova Esports have made their mark and will continue their journey tomorrow. And to see again how they did it, I'm going to hand you over to our expert, Carbon Finn, at the Telestrator.
Thank you, Banks. We're going to be breaking down this Zap Alalo attack coming in from React of Nova Esports. And you're going to see, what does he want to start off with? Well, he's going to do the lightning spells. He's not going to take 7 of them because that is what's required to take out the enemy queen. Drops 5 of them right there onto the queen. Going to damage them. With the combination of the Earthquake, the Scatter Shot can go down. Now we want to think about, all right, well, where is the only sweeper left standing? Well, it is pointing over the town hall. So you want to try your best to fly behind it. And how are you going to take out the Eagle Artillery? What he's going to do is try to set up a bit of a funnel. Uses a golem that's going to be used in front of the queen as she's going to walk left. As this king can now make his path straight into this Eagle Artillery. The king can take out the Eagle Artillery and the enemy queen, since the enemy queen is super low health because of those lightnings right there. Now the queen, she can stay on the outside, follow this golem in to help clear towards that royal champion. Because when you do any Lalo attack, you need to figure out how you could take out the enemy queen, the enemy royal champion, and that clan castle. And what does he have for the clan castle? Well, it's going to be a poison spell. We're going to have to take note of how he's going to deal with that CC mid-flight, because it takes a lot of practice and everything going through. So this queen taking out the enemy royal champion right into this section. Beautiful job right through here. Enemy royal champion goes down. Now he can send his royal champion to come in from the left side, and she will help set up the funnel over to help take out that multi-target Inferno. Since it's multis, you can have ground skellies. It's not going to be as big of a threat. She can get through it and take care of it all. So right now, one of the biggest threats is going to be the scatter shot that's still up. But why does he send this stone slammer into this left side? So let's go ahead and pause it and look at it. Where are the air defenses left on the base? Well, we have an air defense to the top side and to the left. So he's going to want to send this stone slammer because there's no air defenses over here. Yes, there's a single target Inferno, but since there's no air defenses, that's where you typically want to send your stone slammers as they move in, because it kind of can act as another lava hound. Otherwise, the one lava hound would fly across. So now let's keep our eye on this clan castle. So inside of the CC, he's got a poison spell to deal with it. So out comes the headhunters, but notice how he doesn't drop the Grand Warden. He waits a little bit, drops the freeze on the headhunters. The poison spell is going to clear them, and then the ward, since the warden's delayed a little bit, now he can send the balloons and follow straight into this town hall. Beautiful job right there. Using that poison spell, he took a little bit of a risk, and if it was dragon, archers, a full combination with CC, then it would have done so much damage to the troops. But the typical CC nowadays, you tend to see a lot of lava hounds. He took advantage of this, took out that scatter shot towards the backside. Beautiful attack here from Nova and React. So with that, we're going to be jumping into the first elimination match here of day number 2.
How do you deal with the stress of playing in online tournaments?
緊張はしますけど、緊張も楽しめるようになるのが一番いいかなと思ってます。
就像我前面说过的，我们是抱着一个娱乐参与的一个心态，然后来参加这样一个比赛。
Drinking more water.
On va compter sur les camarades.
Me tomo 2 tilas antes de jugar.
疯狂的训练。
You have to calm down before the attack, so that's why I'm taking a quick break before the war starts. And yeah, cool down, don't think about who is watching you and how many people are out there. So yeah, do your thing, concentrate, and go in.
Now, all of us love good merchandise. So as a Clash player, what is your favorite thing in the collection?
ベビドラの人形です。
我很喜欢上一次8周年那个金色的皮卡。
Dédicace à Gouloulou, les chaussettes sapeurs.
La estatua del P.E.K.K.A. y de la reina.
恭敬美眉，恭敬手。
The sweatshirt with the baby dragon and the wall breaker on it.
Thank you so much, Carbon, for breaking down that matchup. And we've had some crazy performances already. The prep that goes into these wars is astounding. And joining us now at the desk is a caster that has a lengthy history with Clash of Clans. And when he gets on a roll, get out of the way because nothing is going to stop that train. It's Woody. Welcome back. And upon watching these previous wars, do you think Activity can bounce back?
Yes, lengthy is the exact word I would describe myself with as well. I think that Activity have got a chance to bounce back here, but based upon their hit today, that chance is looking slimmer and slimmer. Yesterday was a different story where they did an amazing job striving through, but H.T Family picked up the win yesterday, and they're looking to do so again today. The playoff spot is in contention. There's only one team that can make it there, which will be that team, and which will be kicked out to ignominy.
That's what we're gonna see here, and we're starting off with an Electro Dragon attack. We saw this absolutely crush a base earlier. We see a very early Warden ability here. Stone Slammer's gonna work in towards that air defense on the top side. The E-Drag's gonna get in towards that Eagle Artillery, but with that early Warden ability, that could be interesting as we kind of finish up this attack. They do need to get all the way down to the Town Hall. Great use of the freeze spells, not only getting the single and the scatter, but also that sweeper. Woody, this has got a lot of momentum working through the base.
Holy smokes! Every single mass E-Drag hit always goes lightning fast, and Hilo's hit is not going to disappoint at all. H.T Family are striking hard and right into the heart of this base. Electro Dragon on the Town Hall should be enough to finish it off with that last strike. There it goes, taking it apart and giving that electric hit that we've been waiting so long for. Hilo has done it right off the bat with a 3-star.
Woody, the Lava Hound's up, but there's so many E-Dragons with the Royal Champion working down to the bottom side of this base. H.T Family gonna come in with a huge triple to start this war off, and we're seeing this one crush the base. The E-Dragons, high risk, high reward, going away from the Town Hall, but they had no problems getting through it as we get the 3-star. Hilo, what a beautiful attack, just the last few buildings. This one's gonna have no issues finishing off. That's exactly how you want to start off any elimination match. Get that 3-star, put the pressure on Activity, and make them respond.
Fire in the disco, fire in the Taco Bell. We got some danger high voltage coming in from Hilo of H.T Family. Activity failed to put up a 3-star at all in their last war, and now they've already had the bar set high for them by Hilo.
Activity struggled earlier, so they're going to have to respond. They're all in right now, Woody. They have to get a triple after that nice E-Dragon attack. H.T Family moving ahead, and just look at the use of the spells on this attack. The couple of freeze spells, not only freezing the Town Hall, but freezing that single target Inferno. All it took was one Electro Dragon, a few shots, taking down that Town Hall, and then that one was all secured. Once that Town Hall fell, there wasn't much left to slow these E-Dragons down. This is the start that we were looking for. This is going to be a great war, Woody.
Sometimes we see a scientific deconstruction of a base through carefully, meticulously dropped spells and troops. And sometimes it's just a massive wave of destruction, taking advantage of a preordained weak point seen only by the player. At the top level like this. Hilo saw what he had to do, and with those dragons, walloped through that base. But let's jump into the next one. It's already underway. Fabian from Activity is moving back to the ground with a Yeti smash strat, backing up a Warden walk off the bat for an easy stab at this Town Hall, relatively close to the outside of the base.
Yeah, gonna use the Warden to set that funnel on that bottom side, and here come those Yetis. The nice thing about the Warden, once you're done walking them, just bring in the Yetis and he'll follow them along. So here comes the Warden, following those Yetis, gonna jump right in towards that Town Hall, and then we're gonna have a second jump to get into the middle of the base. Rage spell is down, the Yetis working towards that center compartment. Here comes the Warden's ability. Was it a little bit early? If this Warden ability wears off, those bowlers can be bye-bye. Oh my goodness, Woody, the bowlers are gone! One bomb takes out all the bowlers.
Big miss for Fabian here, having to hold on to that poison spell until the pups pop out. That means that he couldn't use it earlier on against those archers, and with that bomb as well, a big hit on his forces early on. Scatter shots and the Eagle Artillery still firing away with a massive amount of splash damage that is just too much for these troops to take care of. Still, Fabian's pushing as far as he can deep into the backside. We have a Tesla farm now popping up at the 7 o'clock position. Going to be awfully difficult to handle. A lot of spread amongst these troops, but the Archer Queen still has her ability, and she is still firing away.
The Royal Champion doing her best to try to get through these defenses, but the enemy king distracts. She's stuck on the enemy king, and now we have this Tesla farm. 5 Teslas gonna shock this Royal Champion into submission. She's trying her best, but Woody, she does not have enough gas left in the tank. King's doing his best as well, and this one is going to fall short. H.T Family gonna have that commanding lead early. Fabian gonna do his best to get towards that 80% mark to keep Activity in this war, but man, not the start they were looking for, as that Warden ability was just a little bit too early and cost all those bowlers dearly. Those bowlers went down with that Giga Bomb, and now this attack just fizzles out, trying to get as much percentage as possible. 36 seconds, 3 archers. How many more buildings can they get?
Dum-de-dum-de-dum, firing away to gold mine and a barracks. No contesting those kills, but not going to get past them at all. Fabian is going to come up with that low 80% 2-star. That'll be enough to keep Activity in the race, but falling so far behind, can he toss that baton ahead to another runner able to grab that 3-star that has so far eluded them today?
Yeah, those archers are going to get those last 3 buildings down. 83% here for Fabian on their first attack. Activity going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball here, Banks.
Yeah, still a respectable attack with an 83% 2-star from Fabian. Being one of the best attackers from his previous war as well, clutching up with a 91%, they're going to need to start doing better. They're going to need to dig deep and pull out some triples if they're going to beat an H.T Family, who Hilo looks like he took a leaf out of GYY's book with a huge Electro Dragon hit, Woody.
Yeah, I mean, the Mass E-Drag has been known to players for a while, but we don't see it that often. Having leapfrogged right over that previous Mass E-Drag hit, I think that we can definitely say that those old strats are back in play once again. Fire from H.T Family will be the next attacker, trying to put a nail in the coffin early on in this raid. Already with a 3-star to their clan title, they are pushing in for another one now, jumping over every obstacle, leaping these hurdles and tearing apart these defenses. Scattershot and multi-target Inferno might be a bit too much for them to handle, though, as these defenses are finally starting to wither away the remaining attackers. Bowlers will join the rest of the group, though. Bash, can they get that last Eagle down?
Woody, with the Hogs coming out of that siege barracks and the Royal Champion supporting, this one still has a great shot. There are not too many defenses up. The Hogs working through here. They're going to try to get this scatter shot down. If they can get that scatter shot down, if they do, that's going to be massive. This could be another 3-star here, as there's not too many defenses up. The Royal Champion still has that Seeking Shield ability, and those Yetis are tanking right here. This is going to be a massive attack. H.T Family coming out swinging, doing exactly what they need to do. Queen's ability in hand. This is another 3-star. Back-to-back. H.T Family not playing around. This is their day. They do not want to get eliminated right here.
Developing their demonstration of destruction. Fire blazing through this base as it is razed to the ground. Well done to the H.T Family. They were sitting on the sidelines for the first couple of wars today, but they have come onto the field and they are storming into action with their eyes on that playoff seat.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. Build up that momentum, get ready for the next day, and come out strong, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Fire wasted no time getting into this attack. I couldn't even get any words in, because by the time I did, this attack was half over. Raged up those Yetis right into the town hall, got that down really quickly, and a great use of the siege barracks to set that bottom funnel, and we saw those Hogs come in with that Royal Champion, sweep through the bottom of the base, and get that 3-star. What a beautiful, well-executed Yeti smash.
Beautiful shot there, and Activity have really got that fire burning right up against them. Can they douse it with a wave of their own? Here comes the lava loon. 3 lavas on this one, and no healers to back up the heroes. It's all gonna be about that dive early on, trying to take out an air defense, using some lightning and earthquake spells to hammer away at defenses on the interior of the base. I think that they're targeting that scatter shot there, are able to take it down along with an air defense thanks to that Royal Champion's shield ability.
using the 2 lightning spells to weaken that up just enough so the Seeking Shield's able to get that down. Still has a remaining lightning spell for potentially any headhunters coming out of the clan castle. So basically just sacrificing the royal champion and her ability to get that little corner down. And here comes the king and queen from the top side of this base. King's gonna pop his ability and take down the enemy queen. Queen's gonna pop her ability and try to take down the royal champion and that air defense, and she gets just that. And we're gonna have a clear path in here for the Lalo. They're gonna work through and work right towards the town hall here, Woody.
Yeah, very nice royal champ ability, gets those power shots off on that, or very nice archer queen ability, gets the power shots off on the royal champion. Adding a stone slammer into the mix is an interesting backup plan for this archer queen, who still is dealing a ton of damage, and with that coverage out in front is going to continue firing away. Dragons coming out of the clan castle now, a bit of an unconventional pick, but it can deal a lot of splash damage, and these balloons are not going to be happy at all about that.
The balloons will be very vulnerable to that dragon as the dragon stays up. Can the poison get it down? The warden's ability was forced by the headhunter right there, and the balloons are going to be very vulnerable to this town hall. Remember, we got to get to that 50% mark to get this town hall activated. There we go, 51% activates the town hall, and there can the balloons get through as that tornado trap is spinning them around. Gotta use another free spell, but nothing is going towards that town hall. Oh my goodness, this could be huge if this holds. Can the town hall fall? Barely.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, Remio by the skin of his teeth getting that town hall down by that balloon splash damage. And look at this headhunter, Woody. That headhunter is just going around and taking out everything. That headhunter had the most impact on this attack, forcing that warden's ability so that the warden wasn't able to be used. The eternal tome wasn't able to be used near that town hall, and that's what almost caused this attack to fail. A low percentage attack here from Activit-E, and after 2 attacks, they're going to be very far behind, with H.T Family having 2 3-stars so far.
We had a blizzard watch in effect. ISK from H.T Family closing the storm windows, battening down the hatches. We actually saw Remio drop a free spell early on, and he missed the town hall. That forced a kind of Butterfinger's second freeze out there earlier than he had hoped. And because of that kind of domino effect, had to drop a 3rd free spell on the town hall just to keep it out of commission while the balloons were doing their best to drop it down. Barely got the 2-star Banks.
Amazing how one defensive troop can make all the difference. That headhunter forcing that warden's ability, and then that was it. It was curtains from there, and the town hall just causing all of that destruction, and those balloons stood no chance there, Bash.
That town hall barely falls, we see here on the replay. I was worried that this could be a 1-star because the balloons did not get another drop off, and watch this as that last balloon gets destroyed. The splash damage from the balloon crashing down on the town hall was just enough to take it down. Remy had to be so nervous about that because I know I was nervous, but H.T Family looking to pull even further ahead here. Jinmu with more E-Dragons. Woody, can we see another E-Dragon triple?
Yeah, that was almost that devastating 1-star loss, but just able to get the death damage close enough to the town hall. He salvaged it. Jinmu looking to deliver another killer hit. The Electro Dragon spread out all across the top left side of the space, chaining lightning through this wave. He's tearing apart the defenses. I can barely keep track of what's going on here. Rage and Freeze being dropped left and right, keeping them right on target, Bash.
And here comes that battle blimp all the way through. The nice thing about having those E-Dragons out in front is they should have caught any seeking air mines as this battle blimp makes its way to the town hall. Gonna need it to get all the way there to get it down. And here we go. Balloons and Electro Dragon out of the town hall. Does not quite get that last air defense down, but look at this. Nothing got that Eagle Artillery out. So one Electro Dragon actually backtracking now to try to get it down. And there we go. Not much up here. Woody, this is looking like another Electro Dragon 3-star. Are you serious right now? These Electro Dragons are crushing today.
They've done it. Only have a few more defenses left, and even though he lost all but one of his Electro Dragons, he still has that Archer Queen ability and quite a few hit points on his remaining heroes. Not as devastating as a finish as we had seen from previous E-Drag hits, but enough is enough. 3 stars are on the board once again for H.T Family. What a showing so far from them, already with 9 stars to their name and still 2 rounds left in the chamber.
Yeah, that wasn't a crazy attack. And a lot of times what we see is these bases are built to counter other attacks, and it leaves it vulnerable to something you might not expect, such as the E-Dragon attack, and that the World Champion was able to come in and clutch up there, get those last few defenses down, and that one was super powerful, super quick, and got the base down. Akram here from Activit-E is going to have to 3-star all the pressure on this attack. H.T Family perfect so far. Can Akram get a triple of their own? Let's see here, we got Zap Hybrid here. So gonna use that Yeti Blimp to get that single out so that the Queen's not gonna have too much pressure on her, because remember, if you're committing 5 lightning spells and an earthquake, you're not gonna have so much to commit to the Queen charge. So using the Yeti Blimp to take that single out, and now we're gonna have to force out the Queen. Oh, the Queen's ability maybe here? Oh, she hanging on.
Oof. Thankfully for him, the poison spell will keep that Inferno Dragon slowed down enough to survive that heat wave. And with that first blast dealt with, the Archer Queen healthy and on approach will continue her firing on this bottom section. Coconut Loon goes out in front, but it looks like it hasn't caught a Seeking Air Mine at all. That's just fine. He'll be able to take down the Town Hall with this Queen dive early on either way.
And there comes the zap spells coming in, the lightning spells, I should say, to zap out the single target Inferno, and the Queen's going to have free reign on this Town Hall. She'll have no issue, and then we're going to see that King come in from the 9 o'clock position to help set the pathing, so the miners are going to be able to work through here and get right to the back end of this base. This is exactly the start Akram was looking for. Here come the Hogs, here come the miners with the Warden, the King, all working towards that enemy Queen in that single target Inferno. Just got to get to those scatter shots, which it looks like the Queen's going to get one out. We got one remaining heal spell. We got the Warden's ability. Here comes the Warden's ability, as I mentioned it, and we got the World Champion working with this. This is looking really good here, Woody.
I wish he had just used that Warden ability a bit earlier. He sacrificed his Barbarian King in order to protect his Hogs from another wave of that Eagle Artillery. You know, we've seen this base before, and with those Teslas popping out in the top left corner, we know that that's the last major threat that Akra has to really worry about here. With that Royal Champion pulverizing the scatter shot, there's not a whole lot more splash damage on this base. The big question is, how far can this Queen go? She's only got a minute left and has a lot of walls to tear through. It seems like he's got enough damage, but does he have enough time?
A huge factor here was that Royal Champion just went down as the Queen popped her ability. There are still some miners up, and the Queen's going to go over and get that storage. 42 seconds. This one could be close with a few storages still up and not too many miners. The Queen's going to get stuck on another wall, as you mentioned there, Woody, but this one should get through here. I think it's got enough in the tank. Still has another Archer for cleanup as well, but those miners are really low. A few shots from the mortar could take them out, but it looks like the mortar's on the Queen, and I think Akram's got Activit-E's first 3-star, exactly what they needed. 16 seconds, one storage up. Can he get through here, Woody? I think he's got it.
I do think he's got it. By Jove, he's dealt the final blow. 100% 3-star for Akram.
Akram has just handed Activit-E a lifeline there, because that is exactly what they needed to keep them in the running during this war. They're trying to battle it out to make it through to the playoffs tomorrow, and this right here is the deciding war for them. And you know what, Jinmu, I have to put my hat off to take my hat off to Jinmu, because he is the only player during this qualifier who is yet to get a 2-star. Only triples on the board for H.T Family, and that's exactly what they need if they're going to be going through into the playoffs, Woody.
Next attack is underway. If ICU gets the 3-star here, H.T Family are virtually guaranteed to advance to the playoffs. BN's defenses are not yet shattered, but can that lightning spell get the first blow off that he's looking for to get this ground-based army in there? He's targeting that Inferno Tower, takes it down, as well as another key defense on the middle there, but I'm still seeing the Eagle Artillery standing strong and 2 scatter shots out the back, Bash.
Yeah, well, Queen's going to be able to get in here and get lots of value. The zap was very effective there. Got exactly what he was looking for. And like I've mentioned before, when you're committing that much spell space to the lightning spells with the earthquake, the zap, as it's called, you want to make sure you have a great path for your Queen so you don't have to commit too many spells. And we only see one rage spell here, so kind of planning for that for ICU. And we got a Hog Rider coming in to pull off the Clan Castle, I would assume. Yeah, there comes the rest of the Clan Castle. Maybe was hoping it was a little bit of a lesser Clan Castle, but here we go. 3 Headhunters and an Inferno Baby Dragon need to be dealt with by the Queen.
And deal with them she shall, but already 1 minute into this raid, we are spending a lot of time on this stage 1 of this hit. Miners and Hogs aren't really known for their speed more than their just destructive capability. We are going to run low on time if ICU doesn't get his head on straight.
Here comes that super wall breaker opening up the town hall. This queen all over the place. It looked like she was going north. Now she's coming back towards the town hall, which I'm sure ICU does not mind. Being able to get that town hall down early is going to be massive. And then we'll likely see the king and the siege barracks actually up top. I was thinking more towards the 6 o'clock position, but going in up top, perhaps to try to get towards those scatter shots a little bit quicker. The queen is working on the town hall here, getting it down. Still has that rage in the back pocket here. Queen gets the town hall down, and here comes the hybrid from that top side. I believe that's exactly what ICU is trying to do, is get to these scatter shots, because we've seen this time and time again where those scatter shots can absolutely ruin an attack. And here we go. Hogs Miners working in here, Woody. Just the start ICU was looking for. Can he put this away for H.T Family? Is this going to be the 4th triple that they've had so far?
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and with the rage coming out of her back pocket, ICU's Archer Queen pops down another few crucial targets, but the enemy Archer Queen stands. That's going to be a big deficit for his hit, where he now needs to spend crucial time there with Miners and Royal Champions stabbing her down, while the Inferno Towers are heating up, burning through their targets and leaving little in the wake of their destruction. 24 seconds remain to finish this base off. I don't know if they can do it, Bash. That's a lot left.
It's so close, Woody. Still has the Royal Champion Seeking Shield. Gonna have to throw it soon. We have plenty of cleanup. Here comes the Seeking Shield. She's gonna go over towards that storage. 9 seconds, Woody. This is so close. Can she get it down? Last Inferno's gonna fall.
5,
3,
4,
2, 1. No, the 99%. No! Oh my goodness, so close. That storage was barely up. I thought he had it. No, the 99% denied.
You hate to see it, and with that, Activity have fallen by the one little tiny bit of spear point that failed to connect at that last second on that elixir storage. BN's defenses will hold up, and HT Family having a tough time there. I think I switched up the teams for a second, but HT Family still in a strong lead with Activity really barely holding on.
Man, what an attack. I thought he had it. Oh, I thought he had it. I thought the Royal Champion was going to clutch up, but iPro here from Activity must triple again. Gotta respond. 99% is going to put HT Family way up on percentage as well. So Activity's just got a 3-star out, really. They got to keep putting the pressure on, make it happen. And here comes this battle bump in towards the Town Hall. Not only is it going to work to get that Town Hall down, but it's also going to pull out the Clan Castle troops, which we've seen in Inferno Baby Dragon, and we see a Lava Hound. How will this be dealt with? The Queen will come in soon. Town Hall's down. Ooh, look at this Baby Dragon actually pulling the Inferno Baby Dragon over to the side. The Inferno Dragon, the Super Troop version of the Baby Dragon, dealing out an Inferno Beam that melts Troop. The damage ramps up over time, and the Lava Hound actually gets to the Queen first. I think that's what he was trying to avoid by pulling over that Inferno Dragon.
Yeah, a bit of an iffy play there, but with the Rage and the Poison, that's enough spell support to keep that Archer Queen on task. She'll be able to take down that Inferno Dragon and finish off the pups as well. iPro from Activity is the last hope from this squad. They definitely need 2 back-to-back 3-stars, and to just pray that HT Family can't pull off the same sort of hit that they've got the last 4 times. Look at that magnificent 99.8% destruction, nearly perfect war from them so far.
Yeah, you really can't, the 99%, you really can't ask for much more besides, maybe one more shot from the Royal Champion. But here we go with the Hybrid coming in here. It got a great path set up for the Hybrid. Hogs and Miners coming in. The Warden's ability, as that Eagle shot's coming in, they're going to be able to get through that single. But it looks like a few of the Hogs are out in front and they're being targeted by that scatter shot, but they're going to get through. They're going to get close. Remember, that scatter shot, if you get too close to it, it can't hit you, and that's exactly what happens there. Just got to get to that last scatter shot and that last Inferno Tower, and iPro can respond here and get the 3-star that Activity needs. Woody, this has got a shot. It's not too far off with the Queen and Royal Champion still having their abilities, rather.
They are not going to throw it away that easily. iPro's Archer Queen, well supported by healers, still out in the back and keeping her topped off despite so many defenses in front of her. That point defense setup with the cannons and archers at the archer towers out on the very edge shouldn't cause any problems for her at all. 42 seconds left, and she can use that ability pretty much any time she wants to for a little bit of a damage boost. But I think with the miners and the Grand Warden along the top side, she's got all the help she needs. iPro has done it, and Activit-E put another 3-star up on the board. That'll be a total of 10, but H.T Family could get all the way up to 14 if they triple up their last hit.
So close, back and forth war. Banks, this one, oh my goodness, it's back and forth. I love it, Banks.
It is iPro keeping Activit-E in the running, just literally clinging on by the tips of their fingers. H.T Family currently putting up the highest percentage average we have seen in this qualifier so far. So it really is, well, you can still say it really is anyone's game. But you know what? H.T Family are putting up a really impressive war this time round, Bash.
That's right, and H.T Family gonna look to respond with the 3-star. If they triple here, it's over. However, Activit-E gonna look for this final defense. Can they hold? Can Fabian's base hold against ISK here? We got a Zap Lalo here, but an interesting composition. We got 7 lightning spells, no earthquake on this one. So where will this Zap come in? Where will these lightning spells be dropped? We'll wait to see that. We also have 3 lava hounds, 26 balloons. Woody, I'm curious to see what this one's gonna do here.
Yeah, slow and steady for this start. ISK takes a while to study this base and find out exactly where he needs to drop those spells. Lightning right there in the core underneath that Eagle Artillery is going to soften up the defenses a bit, but pretty big investment early on. He didn't bring any healers this time, so these heroes are just going to have to dive as deep as they can with a little bit of spell support. But with a Skeleton Trap popping out, that's going to spell trouble for this Royal Champion, forcing out another free spell that ISK didn't want to have to use this early on.
What he did was he's used 7 lightning spells. 7 lightning spells is the perfect amount to take out a max queen. So he used the 7 lightning spells to take out the queen, the expo, and the scatter shot. A lot of times we've seen that queen be such a problem for these Lalo attacks. So with that queen gone early, he only has to deal with the Royal Champion on the backside. And now we're gonna try to get this queen to get the clan castle troops out. And look at this, the king is actually going to activate the town hall. That could be an interesting development. We'll see if that affects things a little bit later. Hound pops, and we're going to have the Baby Dragon coming in to support the Queen. Baby Dragon actually going to take down the Archer Tower, or at least try. Doesn't quite get there. Queen's ability going to be forced here momentarily. There we go. Queen's ability. If she can get some shots and get this Town Hall down, that'll be massive. Town Hall 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's so close. Woody barely does not go down, but here comes the Stone Slammer to finish off the Town Hall.
There we go. Task complete. Mission accomplished. ISK is going to move in with the main phase of his hit now. Grand Warden backing up the Lava Hound and balloons, which are parading from the top side of this map. The 3rd Lava Hound is down. It's going to go onto that right side air defense as well. But it's got a lot of hits off on those poor balloons. Backside support structure is kind of buckling under the pressure, scraping and scrambling toward the middle of the base. He still has a dragon to help heat up that Inferno Tower, but it's dishing out a lot of fire of its own, and ISK's forces are finally falling. Eagle Artillery untouched so far, Bash.
Yeah, the Eagle is just being a big pain in ISK's attack here, but remember, they still have such high percent on their 1 fail, so they're going to be in a commanding lead. It might even be too much of a lead for Activit-E to overcome, which we saw previously as he works towards this 80% mark. I'm not sure that Activit-E will still be able to get in it even with this fail. It'll be interesting to see how those numbers play out, but Activit-E will have to 3-star. No matter what, they're gonna have to 3-star, so they know they're gonna have to take all the risk. They're gonna have to go for it all on their final attack, and we see H.T Family coming in with that final of 13 stars for 96% average destruction total. That's a massive total, Woody.
Even with a triple, Activit-E would only get to 91.2%, so it looks like, if my calculations are correct, H.T Family will be advancing to the playoffs. Activit-E have one last stab from the bowels of hell as they're dragged down into Gehenna. Can they redeem themselves with one more beautiful performance as the echoes go out from their attempt in this qualifier?
Making it to the final 6 is no small feat for this qualifier, so huge props to Activit-E. Definitely want to finish strong. We got a Zap hybrid here coming in. We're going to take out the Inferno, we're going to take out the bow, just try to get as much value as possible, and then pull out the clan castle here with a balloon, dealing some damage on the mortar. And look at that, it looks like it's a trash CC, which means there's just going to be a lot of small troops in there. We see a ton of archers in there, usually backed up by a headhunter or two, and then a lava hound or even an inferno dragon. So we'll have to see if he makes another effort to try to get those clan castle troops out here as his queen starts charging into this base.
Well, trash gets taken out, and so does that CC, so I guess they were trash troops after all. BN from Activity continues his assault in the right corner here, rolling through it with a super wall breaker to crack open that compartment. Really nice identification with this queen walk, knowing exactly where he's got to get those walls torn down. A lot of gaps in these walls that we've been seeing over the past couple of days has been, I think, the biggest surprise in this war so far. Not even using walls to try to deny access, really just kind of trying to funnel enemy troops in toward where your defenses are optimized for destruction.
And I think that Fire from H.T Family wanted just to prove me completely wrong, as there was a witch and a baby dragon behind all of those archers. No headhunter, no lava hound, no inferno dragon, but still the queen able to disperse of those troops. And we got the king and the siege barracks working down towards the bottom side to set the funnel for the hybrid. Queen's going to do her best to hang in there, but the single's going to disperse of her, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on this attack with no queen up. Not a great funnel set up. Will this hybrid be able to get through? I'm not sure about this one here, Woody.
Hog Riders making their way toward the town hall, but you're right, Bash. There are still a lot of defenses left standing on the backside of the space. Notably, those single target infernos are going to present a big problem for any heroes that wander within range. Eagle Artillery also hammering away at the Hogs and Miners, and there doesn't really seem to be a clear plan to deal with it. Just one heal spell left in BN's arsenal, but this town hall's Giga Inferno has just obliterated the attacking troops. Giga Bomb goes off, and even with the Eternal Tome, where did the troops go? They're all down.
May have needed that Eternal Tome just a little bit early. That Giga Inferno deals massive amounts of damage to the troops, and this is going to be all for Activity's final attack. Not too much left here. They gave it their all, but they're just going to fall a little bit too short here for H.T Family. What a valiant effort for both of these clans. 12 stars still super respectable, but this one did not go the way BN was hoping for as we work closer towards that 80%. Activity going to look to rebound, come back strong, and hopefully qualify to get their chance at another golden ticket. However, we'll have H.T Family moving on to play for their shot at the golden ticket tomorrow. Oh my goodness.
I'm very glad you say that, Bash. It's a great time to remind everyone out there that there's still a chance to qualify for the last Clash of Clans World Championship event. Get your team together, climb the leaderboards, and compete in the ESL Play Online bracket.
Yes, exactly, and congratulations to H.T Family for going through to tomorrow's playoffs. You know what? They're just mimicking their partnering clan Queenwalkers from yesterday, opening up with 3 triples, then a high percentage 2-star, and then a mid-range 2-star. And just touching on that point as well, if Queenwalkers manage to close out against their 11 original, we could be seeing a playoff match between Queenwalkers and H.T Family, which could be quite an impressive matchup right there. But again, congratulations to H.T Family, and let's take a quick look at these stats here, Woody. 13 stars to 12 with a 96% average from H.T Family.
Yeah, these have been some incredible upsets so far today, with Activity falling back to back in this matchup. H.T Family will be moving on alongside some of the best in the world. I think that Group B has shown us that they've got a lot of work left to do if they want to move on to that Final Four on the last day. But Chang Dance and H.T Family will be the 2 teams from Group A to take that ticket, take their shot at the golden ticket.
Exactly. Each qualifier seems to be getting more and more intense as the meta is mastered, nudging ahead of their opponents, and a masterful display right there from H.T Family. So these attacks just sometimes get too difficult to pick apart, so we get someone in to do it for us. So take us through one of the best attacks in that in a bit more detail. It's Carbon Finn at the Telestrator.
Thank you, Banks. We're going to be breaking down one of the attacks actually from Activity, because there's one thing in this attack that I really want to point out here. And we're going to see this hybrid. He's going to send the blimp straight into this single target Inferno in the very beginning. Why does he send the blimp not using a siege barracks? Well, because he's trying to get this queen to go for the town hall, and he wants that blimp, one, to protect the queen and the healers, which is going to be taking out that single target Inferno, but then also pulling out the CC. But what I want to point out here is very important, is going to be this Inferno Dragon. Yes, let's pay attention really closely here. Take a look at this Inferno Dragon, and he does not need to use a free spell. Yes, he's not using a free spell through this Inferno Dragon. Just keeps that queen under a rage, which is enough. Even though the Inferno Dragon and the beam is charging up all the way through, the poison spell and the rage combination does not require a free. So he's going to be able to get through that Inferno Baby Dragon. So if you ever find that Inferno Baby Dragon and you have your queen under the rage and it's under poison, then the queen can still survive. So now the queen's going to be able to charge her way straight into this bottom section. Here comes the super wall break. Gonna go and make the queen go towards this town hall. Uses the lightning spells to help take out the single target Inferno on the right side so it doesn't lock onto the queen. And now where do you want to send the hybrid? Well, the king is meant to be used on the left side, other side of the queen, and you want to send your hybrid in between where you use the blimp and that king so that it sets the funnel right through here and gets the miners moving your way through. That's exactly what he did right there. The hybrid's going in between what the king set because of the miners. If you have hog riders, you don't need to worry about potentially setting a funnel for them because they go from defense to defense, but that's what you have to do for the miners in any hybrid attack. Now the queen, she took out quite a bit of these defenses and buildings inside of the core, which helped assist these miners as they're moving through. Did find a Tesla farm up to the top side of this base. Does drop a balloon, a very nice job at the very bottom side to help clear some of the defenses and the minion to help grab some of the trash buildings over there. But very great use of that rage in the beginning to take out that Inferno Baby Dragon. Doesn't need to use a freeze through it, and then the miners and Royal Champion help clear the top side. So even though Activit-E did not advance here in the qualifiers, I wanted to showcase that brilliant use of taking down that Inferno Dragon and not having to use a free spell. So we're going to see some epic matches. We're going to be jumping into the final one between Queen Walkers and 11 Original, so don't go anywhere.
What is your favorite skin in game?
All-time Queen.
女王的皮肤花木兰
Mechanic Queen.
Una skin que sacaron de la reina con la skin de Mulan por un evento chino.
女王的花木兰
My favorite skin is maybe the Party Warden because of the very funny sounds he made.
Are you and your teammates friends in real life, or do you just try and keep your relationship purely professional?
すごく仲のいい友達だと思ってやってます。
在部落里边，我们在一起玩了很久，我们当然是朋友，但是很遗憾，我们还没有在线下聚过。
不是就是很熟悉的朋友，但是我们之间的话，就是通过网络一直还是联系的比较频繁。
Bah, on est des amis sur le jeu, quoi.
Empezó como una relación profesional, pero yo creo que ahora ya somos todos más amigos.
是一种专业的关系。
Oh yeah, over the years we became friends for sure. So we are investing much time together for this game and our clan, and therefore we know each other very well. We met up sometimes in the past, and yeah, I think we became friends.
Thank you so much, Carbon, for breaking down that attack. And it is now time for our last two clans to compete for their spot in Sunday's playoffs. But make no mistake, their journey will not end there. Now, joining us back at the desk is a caster and an expert analyst in the Clash of Clans community. Yes, Judo Sloth is back with us at the desk. Judo, two powerhouse clans are in this next war. What's your prediction?
Well, I think this one is going to be one of the best wars we are going to see because 11 Original will be wanting to get their own back. I'm actually going to say that 11 Original have had a bit of time to prepare here. Queen Walkers, fresh out of that defeat, will have to spin things around. So I think the advantage lies with 11 Original a little bit.
Okay, and Woody, who in your opinion looks stronger coming into this war?
This is a fantastic story of revenge, a chance for 11 Original to beat back the Queen Walkers who dominated them in the first matchup. What will be the story at the end of the day? I think it's all going to be about this war here and now. We had a 12-12 result from our opening match yesterday, but Queen Walkers edged out with a 3.2% destruction advantage. I'm thinking that all signs point to another really tight one here.
I think you are correct, Woody. We are in for one fantastic war. You can see the Battle Blimp has already taken down the single target Inferno, much like we seen Carbon Fin demonstrate in the previous breakdown. But in this one, we just have the Lava Hound coming across to the Archer Queen. So won't have to use a rage spell, uses the Super Wall Breaker to give him access in towards the Town Hall, and that looks exactly where he is driving the Queen.
A slow start, but remember, he's got a little bit of time here. The general mark that we're looking for is 1 minute with the first stage of the attack, whether it's a Warden Walk or a Queen Walk here. Muffin with a hybrid army of Hogs and Miners has once again got that danger on his mind, the possibility of that last second fail looming close, as we just saw a 99% 2-star fail. He's got to move quick and fast now through this top layer, taking down the Town Hall as quickly as he can to set up for the second stage of this raid. But nuking this Barbarian King will be another good blast against the Queen Walkers. Being able to finish off that huge enemy hero is super important. Only has got the Royal Champion and that Archer Queen on the backside bottom, those heroes defending as best they can.
Yes, and we are already 1 minute and 30 seconds into the attack. It is crazy to think, Woody, that previously some of the attacks had 3-starred already. That is the incredibleness we witnessed. But the Hogs and the Miners are driving in from the right-hand side. The Queen now has the single target Inferno locked onto her with the enemy Queen ability is popped, but it is all about the Hogs and Miners trying to get down the right-hand side.
I wonder what his plan is for the single target Inferno. Is he going to commit the freeze spell there to protect his Queen? Yes, he does. Gets the freeze off, and that's going to give another little bit of leg room for that Archer Queen to stretch out and deal her damage slowly but surely. The Miners and the Hogs have done their job on the right side of the base, tearing through the Eagle Artillery now, and just have to worry about that scatter shot. Drop another freeze. It's a blizzard of destruction as Muffin has got one more chance to prove his worth. A 3-star still in his sights, but only 35 seconds left for cleanup.
The Grand Warden is doing what he can. What an incredible move to take down the scatter shot. But over to the Archer Queen side, there were 3 black bombs which took down the healers. And unfortunately, that leaves the Queen a little bit vulnerable. Looks like he might have struggled on time anyways. It's getting incredibly close though, Woody. 13 seconds. He could still get this one. 10. Oh my word, the Queen is stepping
He's
up.
stretching it real thin. Barbarians slicing away at that gold mine. Archer Queen and Grand Warden, take out the storage! Fire away!
Oh my word!
Got it!
3 stars on the buzzer! You mentioned how important it was to not spend too long with the Queen Walk. He played that one perfectly. He couldn't have asked for a more perfectly timed attack.
Oh man, I have to fan myself out after that one. I don't know, you might have to call in a sub. I think that was just about as much stress as I can handle for one day, and I know that the rest of the 11 original squad are right there with me. Queen Walkers had their fingers crossed, recrossed. I'm sure they had their arms behind their back, their legs crossed, everything that they could possibly do to hope that those defenses could hold on, but there's no more hoping. It's all about destruction on their side now. Akira will be the next attacker. The Queen Walkers have a shot at revenge.
Well, let's not forget, they got 3 stars against 11 original on the bounce yesterday, and Akira did get the 3-star for Queen Walkers earlier on today, so he is perfect. 2 attacks, 6 stars, and he is looking for the triple on this one as well, sneaking in that Headhunter to try and take down the Barbarian King. We do have Headhunters on defense coming across, which can be devastating to the Archer Queen, but she is clinging on here, Woody, and it looks good moving into the base.
The punishing purloinment of the 3rd star from the Queen Walkers leaves them with justified rage. They're going to have to take that rage and condense it into action, though, now. Akira also going a bit slow off with his Queen charge of his own here. Has got the first stage down, but it's going to be a bit slow with the Miner Hog support. I think that this base is a bit more stretched out than the one that we just saw, so he'll really need that additional firepower from the Siege Barracks coming along the bottom to back up this Barbarian King if he wants to get the job done, Judo.
Yeah, well, with the Super Wall Breaker, he's got good access for the Queen to move along the right-hand side, Barbarian King along the left-hand side with the Hybrid coming straight through the middle of the base. It is performing well at the moment, but out of sight are two scatter shot towards the back end of the base. That is why he is saving the Rage, the heal. They need to be perfectly placed. Here they come with the heal initially, trying to keep as many Hogs and Miners moving through, but we have giant bombs going off left, right, and center. I can't even see what is going on in the middle of the base here, Woody.
An alleyway of destruction right behind that town hall led to so many troops falling, but Akira has found his way toward the light at the end of the tunnel, continues to pummel these defenses, and with another rage spell, another freeze spell to shortly follow thereafter, he ought to be able to get another job done. The Archer Queen is down though, and she's the troop who so often is able to get the last blast at these defenses, forcing out the Royal Champion's shield. She doesn't go straight for the Inferno Tower. Will he have enough for cleanup at the end? That last freeze might be just enough to get the job done.
With 40 seconds, I think he has more than enough, Woody. The freeze spell kept the Royal Champion alive. He has troops all over the map. 11 Original thought they had the advantage, but Queen Walkers come right back at them, Banks.
Exactly, Akira from Queen Walkers and Muffin from 11 Original going toe-to-toe, putting up triples on the board for both of their clans, and we are off to the races with an incredible war ahead of us. I cannot wait to see what else they have in store for us, Woody.
I'm not quite sure why, but my voice is starting to feel a bit strained from casting these matches. They're getting so close to 99%, 100%, teetering over the edge. And when it matters so much to get that third star, you know that they've got the emotions pumping just as hard as we feel it back here on the casting stage, and just as their fans do in the chat as well. But there's no pause button on this war. Eve Mark is back to try to get his team on top again against a Queen Walker squad that is going toe-to-toe with 11 Original. They are both down in the lower bracket and are fighting for their lives. Elimination looms large for whichever team fails to get more stars this time around.
Yes, and they are both coming out swinging. A wide approach from Eve Mark here, taking down a lot of buildings in the center, including the clan castle with the lightning spells. Then has his heroes coming in from each and every direction. He actually 3-starred against the Queen Walkers with this exact strategy yesterday. And this is quite an incredible start, Woody. The left-hand side of the base is virtually gone.
Archer Queen, with her ability, has got a couple of really important targets ahead of her. The Royal Champion, Inferno Tower, and maybe even a little bit of chip damage on the scatter shot out back if she can. But dang, that's a lot of splash damage dumped right onto her. Even with that Royal Cloak ability up, she can still take damage even if she can't be targeted. Eve Mark misses out on an opportunity to get a bigger hit in there, but I think that he's well justified out the early stage of that strike in the damage that he was able to get in so far. Lava Loons are coming in, but a couple of sneaky Teslas out the bottom right corner are going to cause some trouble for them, forcing out that haste spell. He catches the Seeking Air Mine, and just as those Lava Hounds pop, I'm still worried about the air defense out back, Judo.
Yes, and he's already used the Grand Warden's ability with 2 scatter shots over towards that area as well. He's trying to force some balloons in towards the southern air defense, as you mentioned, Woody, trying to send balloons in from each and every direction to the scatter shot. Oh, but they are taking them down incredibly fast. Can they get to the back end scatter shot? That one minion distracting one strike could be huge. They are getting closer, but it is on a knife edge right now.
Such an incredibly valuable offensive troop just to distract one little hit from the scatter shot. Remember, the scatter shot can splash damage on every troop behind it, but it can't hit anything that's directly on top of it. And that's what we see right now. Eve Mark delivers the final blow, drops the bomb, 3 stars!
3 stars, Woody. Wow, we knew this was going to be an incredible war, but we might not have predicted 3 stars right off the bat. None of these teams want to go home, and we will be finding out sooner or later which one it will be that advances.
My jaw is left agape, and that doesn't happen very often. The Queen Walkers are once again in a tight spot that they are going to have to wriggle out of. 11 Original planned and dropped everything on this war, their best bases, their most clever attacks, and they are really being rewarded well for it. But the Queen Walkers won't go down that easily. They've beaten 11 Original before. They've come from the top side of the bracket and have descended down into the underworld now, where they face off against this three-headed beast. Can Cerberus be chained and restrained? Stadra from Queen Walkers will be the next to give it his shot.
He steps up to the plate. Who will be the first team to crack? Stadra starting out with his Grand Warden walk to the left-hand side. He could actually reach the town hall here. Potentially, that is what he is going for. But he would be using a lot of time, Woody. And we do know how valuable that can be.
Warden walk going a bit slowly, but able to capture the town hall early on is a big, valuable boon for Stadra. Not having to worry about the town hall means that the possibility of that 1-star fail is off the table, and he can focus on destroying as many buildings as possible. Only 4 Yetis, a bit light on the tanking out in front, but 7 bowlers and 3 witches means that this heavy damage comp is going to rely on those heroes. The Barbarian King out in front to tank blows for these big blasts. A P.E.K.K.A going to storm out of the siege barracks right off the bat, and an Ice Golem as well with the main pack here to try to block and freeze up any defenses that are so churlish as to try to fire away at this squad.
Yes, and I love the use of the witches over with the Barbarian King as well. You can see the line of defenses just on the inside of the walls. That will allow the skeletons in order to try and help take them down. Grand Warden's ability nicely protects the Yetis in the center, but the one scatter shot down to the south of your screen is doing a lot of damage, and he takes down the Grand Warden, which is huge because it means the troops now don't have the HP boost.
This Archer Queen in a really tight spot now doesn't have the support of the healers who have switched off onto the Yeti, and now she's getting burnt up by an Inferno Tower, has to wriggle out of that awkward position, but still has her ability to use on the backside. Because of the way that this splash damage focuses fire on big clumps, it tends to kind of whittle down the raid until you get this one last position here that Stadra is relying on, leaning on with all of his weight, hoping that it can hold on despite not even having a Grand Warden to provide the life aura. There still is a lot left to say about these witches, those spawning skeletons all over the map, but taking a giant bomb here and some splash damage there, they're not looking too healthy. Only 36 seconds left and still so much base to cover, Judo.
Still so much base, but Stadra is dealing with this like the professional we know he is, saving onto the hero abilities until the last moment. Getting the single target Inferno down was huge, Woody, and saving onto the Royal Champion's ability. Notice that one little archer as well, out of range, trying to help with the buildings, saving the Royal Champion shield. It is going to come down right to the wire again. 95 with 5 seconds left. Are we going to get it? Oh my word, 99!
Royal Champion tosses the spear! It's in the hole! Stadra's done it! Another eagle for the Queen Walkers!
4 for 4. Some incredible triples being put up on the board right now. Queen Walkers and 11 Original neck and neck right now. I cannot believe what I am seeing. This is exactly the kind of war that we were hoping for and that we expected to see between these two clans, Woody.
Huge showing from every single player so far. The best war of this month, in my opinion. The Clash of Clans World Championship has got a lot left to say, even with this Elim match, which could have very well been a World Finals showing between 11 Original and Queen Walkers, squads that have been on the main stage before and know how to turn the pressure up when they need every single ounce of energy invested into this competition. They have done so and are not going to disappoint their fans with the last 3 attacks each.
They are stepping up and doing everything that we expected. Just think of that one little archer. Oh, the battle blimp on this one spawns outside of the base. I think that was intended to get inside towards the single target Inferno whilst pulling the clan castle. So a little bit of an error there by H.T. The Tesla farm did indeed throw him off. How crucial will that be, Woody?
Denial of access to that compartment is massive, Judo. Single target Infernos can destroy an entire raid. If they annihilate a key hero meant to knock out a few big compartments, that can be the end of it. Eve Timo might have just spelled out doom in the beginning stages of this attack. We're already 1 minute in, and now's when you would expect to see the main force deployed. 13 miners and 10 hogs is a well-balanced hybrid hit here with 3 party wizards to back it up too. That's going to be a lot of damage in a very short amount of time, so keep an eye out for splash damage structures and giant bombs like the one you just saw there exploding on those miners. That's going to be the key threat to this ground-based raid. A multi-target Inferno on the backside could be a lot more worrisome than Timo had planned for, and with an Eagle Artillery far out of reach so far, that's going to be several shots that this defensive structure from Stadger will be able to deploy.
It will, but the Hogs and Miners are doing a good job right now, Woody. They get through the first scatter shot. Grand Warden's ability used because they start to split up. They take the single Inferno. Thankfully, they move back across to the rest of the troops. They do have that lovely L shape that we talk about, so we know they will track through the base. And look at the Barbarian King to the north, who has continued to set the funnel. It is all about the multi-target Inferno. The Royal Champion is stepping up. Can she get it? She is getting low on health though, Woody. Oh, she's not going to be able to do it. The Grand Warden steps up. We've still got Miners. He could still get this.
Miners looking really fragile, though, falling in the face of this ferocious Inferno fire. Heating up the Grand Warden now. It finally takes down that key target, but what's left to clean up? A party wizard? A goblin? 2 archers? That's not a whole lot. 33 seconds left. Keep an eye on that Archer Queen in the middle. That could be the last structure to remain.
Yes, he wanted the party wizard to go for the wall in order to go in towards the Archer Queen altar. It is not going to be enough because the troops will have to go through the wall in order to get them structures. And with less than 10 seconds, it is an incredible effort. It keeps the percentage very high for 11 original with 98, but it's the first attack where it is not a 3-star.
All he would have needed was one more hog or miner to send over the walls to get to those 2 structures, but couldn't keep that troop handy. He needed every single ounce of energy he could invest to get the damage dealt that he could. Still, 99.3% average destruction is a very impressive display from 11 original, and basically forces Queen Walkers to get the 3-star or they'll be falling behind.
They could, but think about it this way, Woody. 11 original with 2 out of 3 3-stars and 99.3% total damage, and they could fall behind after 3 attacks. That is pretty amazing. It's one of the best percentages we have seen. Oh, but he's struggling straight away here. Gaku has to use the freeze because of the clan castle troops. Queen trying to get through this area. He does have a party wizard helping out. It looks like he's just adapted well enough, but that could be costly later on in the attack.
Yeah, big yikes, but super heads-up play from Gaku, and that is exactly what you would expect from a Worlds Finalist qualified player. The Queen Walkers have got their squad down pat, and this is why you need to keep so close attention to every little thing that happens. The traps, the CC troops, there's no way to plan for what's going to happen once the fire starts burning, and with Gaku's heads-up play there, he's able to take down the Town Hall and keep on his path of glory. Inferno Tower has been demolished, and a shot at the enemy Queen coming on now. Rage up those healers, though, because you're going to need a lot of support to stay alive through so many shots coming in.
He's got this. The rage keeps the Queen alive. Beautiful super wall breaker to give her access, and she will walk around to the right-hand side of the base because the hybrid comes in to the left. There's not a lot in order to take her down now that he has the second rage, but with the scatter shot, it will be enough. The healers transfer across. This is going to be costly because the scatter shot will now do a lot of damage. There are 2 of them raining fire into the Hogs and the Miners. Is it going to pay off for him, Woody?
Archer Queen goes down, just lost all of her healer support, but the last one that remains will swap off and help out those miners a tiny little tidbit before she gets taken down by the sinking air mine. Lots of wizards and hogs rampaging through the top lane of the base. That's a massive amount of damage, but can they crush these defenses before the traps just start to pile up on them? Giant bomb explodes and those hogs take another big hit. Grand Warden doing his best to spread that life aura around, but we don't have a whole lot more in the chamber left to throw at this raid, and Gaku still has a scatter shot. That key Town Hall 13 defense ahead of him. Royal Champion tosses her spear heroically.
Oh, she missed it! Oh, one more strike and she would have got that. I don't think it would have been enough anyway, but you've got to say it would have made a huge difference. He saved onto the heal spell until the final moments, doing everything he could, but unfortunately, it will not be enough, and it will actually be advantage to 11 Original. Still an incredible performance by both teams, though.
That's right, Judo. A sigh of relief from the 11 Original squad as their defenses have now started to hold up as well. Attacking takes so much out of you, and with every single battle so far in this war, the stakes have gone even higher for both clans, going tit for tat in the now high 90%, Banks.
Exactly, incredible to say that a 90% 2-star is our lowest attack score of this war so far. Now, I was going to touch on this earlier as well because we had such a strong start from both clans that in the event of a tie, at the end of the war, it will come down to time of attack. So time of each triple, that's how we'll break it down. So in the event of a tie between stars and percentage, that's what we'll come down to. But it doesn't look likely now with a 99.3% average for 11 Original and Queen Walker's sitting on 96.7. It's still anyone's matchup, Judo.
It is certainly anyone's matchup. What you were saying was there was potential for a perfect because both teams giving it what they had. That's when it would have came down to time. But the percentage game now is in effect. Can the Queen Walkers catch back up? But Lewis has the opportunity in order to pull themselves even further ahead. He did get a 3-star with the Yeti Smash in the 11 Original matchup yesterday where they had to fight back. So we know he has the talent to be able to use this attack strategy, Woody.
Lewis does a lot of friendly challenges to improve his skill and spends so much time testing bases that he is one of the guys that 11 Original relies on most in the late section of this war to pull it back ahead for 11 Original. They've got a lead right now, but just a very slim one at that, and slipping up with even just a single attack could be the end of their run through this August qualifier. Lewis for our 11 Original gets all of his troops nicely concentrated at that 5 o'clock position and supporting them with that Grand Warden. He'll get an awesome entry into this space, gonna pop that ability just as soon as his Town Hall is within sight to ensure that his troops are all well protected from the Giga Bomb. The damage is now dumped in, and that's going to be it. Moving back onto the Eagle Artillery and the Archer Queen on the reverse end. Can they get the damage? And it looks like they haven't focused the Eagle Artillery yet, Judo.
They haven't. He managed to get incredible pathing in towards the center of the base, but now the Yetis are taking huge amounts of damage. He's only at 55%. He does still have a lot of troops and a lot of gas left in this attack with the freeze spell as well, but you've got to say, with 4 expos and the clan castle to the top of the base, surely he is going to run into some problems here, Woody.
That's the difficulty I see so often with these big, heavy hits against such skilled defenders. You thrust right into the middle, and even if you tear the core to ribbons, you've got to be able to get out of there. You're going to have fire focused on you from all angles of this base, and that's what's happening now to Lewis. With just the last bit of strength, he's deployed his final wave of hogs, sent in a poison spell to take care of the clan castle, and has got his shot at glory. 36 seconds left, and the base is being destroyed. Lewis surviving much longer than anyone could have possibly expected, and with only 10% left of this base, he might have the 3-star in his grasp.
He just needs to finish off the time, but the percentage is clocking up. 98, 99 with 10 seconds left, and Lewis is securing another 3-star for 11 Original and making sure that they are in the driving seat here in order to make sure they progress and send the Queen Walkers packing.
What a showing by Lewis, giving us another 3-star to total it up to 5 out of the 7 attacks we've seen so far this war. The tightest fight, the biggest battle, the heaviest bases, the most clever strats that come down to the wire. 11 Original and Queen Walkers putting on not just a show match, but with huge stakes on the line too. This qualifier has got so many lessons to learn from any aspiring pro clashers out there, and Lewis is given a masterclass in it.
Exactly, and showing how to keep your cool under pressure, making sure that all of the spells required for that final part of the base and the hero abilities were left intact in order to get it done. But it is now on the Queen Walkers. They have to get the 3-star here. They trail on percent, and 11 Original secured the next 3-star. Here we go. It is Klaus with the lightning spells into Lava Loon.
We've got heavy defense of the clan castle and the town hall in this space, both really centralized. That presents an awkward situation for an attacker who's, I think, more used to, in this meta, seeing the town hall pretty far outside and having an easier chance at taking it down. That's going to be a big spell investment early on from Klaus, using those Earthquake and Zap spells to be able to finish off the clan castle and negate a big defensive boon that Luis was leaning on here, but I don't know if that's going to be justifiable. Only has 3 haste spells and 2 freezes to back up this Lava Loon push. No rage at all to keep them on target, and he doesn't have any healers for his Archer Queen at all. It's all going to come down to how hard he can deliver this final blow.
Yes, he's going to be counting very heavily on the Lava Loon. He did get the Archer Queen in that area as well, which is massive because the balloons are a defense targeting troop. And I think it was the Grand Warden statue as well, which, believe it or not, is a very heavy defense. It can really pack a punch. The Archer Queen will take down the first scatter shot, which is massive. And it looks like we're swooping around from the 4 o'clock area, trying to get a good push in towards the town hall, with even more balloons coming in from the bottom area of the base, Woody.
With a heave-ho, here he goes. Klaus from Queen Walkers sends the balloons in a beautiful line across the bottom right side of the base. Inferno Tower's heating up and tearing down that stone slammer, but on pops a dragon. That town hall is about to go down, and a very patient Eternal Tome from the Grand Warden will protect almost all of these balloons. Unfortunately for Klaus, though, gonna lose. No, actually, I thought he was gonna lose the dragon to the Inferno Tower, but it got pushed out of the path by the air sweeper, and instead spent a little bit more time hanging out with the Royal Champion. Finishing her off, there's still another Lava Hound up top that pops, protecting these balloons. Can they make it to the top?
Scattershot goes down. Eagle will quickly follow. The balloons are having to go up to the Tesla farm. They want that 3-star. They want the Queen Walkers to continue in this battle. And it looks like we might just do that with 2 grounded expos. The balloons cruise on up towards the Tesla. They will take it down. And the Queen Walkers come right back at 11 Original with a responding 3-star. I can't believe what we are witnessing here, Woody.
Words of their glory will reverberate throughout time. The Queen Walkers and 11 Original with 11 stars apiece have got more stars on the board than some clans got throughout their entire wars already. They still have another shot to fire off. Banks, cue it up for us.
Klaus with an incredible attack there, really managing to power his way through that base using those balloons with such precision. It was an absolutely incredible watch. It's time for these 2 clans to wipe the sweat off their hands, strap in, because this is their last chance to stay in the running for the golden ticket, Judo.
Well, if you needed an attack to be a 3-star, it is right now. Let's remember, if 11 Original get the 3-star, they do have the percentage advantage. So they will pack this one up and be finished. It is Yves Calais, the leader of 11 Original, recently became a streamer as well over on Twitch. And he is looking to get the 3-star and secure the victory for 11 Original.
Adrenaline pumping through his veins, the weight of the world falling all on him. A 3-star here now from Yves Calais would close it all out and send 11 Original on to the playoffs. But anything less than that would set a high bar, but one that Queen Walkers could vault over with a perfect performance. 11 Original starting off with their Queen Walk on the top right side. A little bit of a misplacement from those healers who are taking fire fire now from that Archer Tower. This is going to slow down the Archer Queen quite a bit as she pops through that Lava Hound, but can't get the poison spell to help out with the pups. That's going to force another insulating balloon to try to protect her push, but wow, not a fantastic start so far for Eve Kala.
Yes, he's lost a couple of balloons, which could be crucial in terms of the attack. He also lost a healer, so that is nigh on 25 housing space because of that one Archer Tower. As you mentioned, if it is not a 3-star, then the Queen Walkers can take this, irrespective of percentage. So Eve Kala, with everything on the line, trying to keep his Queen alive, freezes the Expo and the Grand Warden statue, powering on forward. He really needs a good start here to get the Hogs and Miners cruising through the base.
He's asking everything that he can get from these healers, but only 2 of them left to try to top off an Archer Queen who has been through the ringer, facing a gauntlet. She charges in nonetheless, maybe to her own doom, but maybe to still save this war. Eve Kala's forces are now on the path to glory. The Eternal Tome pops, and with those holy words, the Hog Riders are protected from the Giga Bomb. But can they face what is left in this base?
They are doing incredible. The Tornado Trap out of the way. The Archer Queen dealt with that. No scatter shots left. They take the enemy Queen, trying to get towards the multi-target Inferno. The Eagle Artillery will now fall with the Queen's ability, the Royal Champion's ability. Eve Kala still has a shot here. He's got miners around the base. It is starting to fall, but it could still go either way, Woody.
Tiptoeing one way or the other like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This base is teetering, rocking on the very precipice of victory. Eve Kala trying to deliver that last shot at glory. 25 seconds left and 84% overall damage. He doesn't have any troops for cleanup along the outer edge, and stuck on a wall. They're flat on their face. Eve Kala will not get the 3-star, but that 2-star in the high 80% leaves Queen Walkers with a grim task ahead of them, Judo.
They still have to get the 3 stars or an incredibly high percentage 2-star. 86% by Eve Kala drops the average percentage to 96.8, meaning that the Queen Walkers could still take this from a 2-star, but it would have to be an incredibly high 2-star. What are we witnessing?
Take a look at the replay real quick as the number crunchers will go back and figure out how high Queen Walkers have to go in order to surpass the total set by 11 original. We see a heroic struggle in the core of the base as Hog Riders spread out, fanning in trigonometric fashion to try to get the perfect angle on an Inferno Tower. Enemy Queens dashing about. It was chaos, Judo.
It certainly was. Yuta 14 stepping up. He needs the 75. Oh no, that's his tournament stats. I do apologize. I'm sure we will find out momentarily. But if he gets the 3-star, he takes it home for the Queen Walkers. He certainly improved on his attack yesterday, moving up to 95% in his previous attack, which confirmation is in. That is actually what he needs in this attack, Woody.
Wow, 95% is a huge bar to set. Going to be really difficult for the Queen Walkers to make it all the way up there. They don't have any wiggle room at all against an 11 original squad that has put up a dominating showing so far. But as we've said before, and as we will definitely say again, 3 stars is enough to win the war. This final attack is the determinant for the Queen Walkers' future in this August qualifier. The golden ticket ahead of them, $1 million prize pool for this year's event, and the Queen Walkers, previous World Finals qualifiers, have got another shot to make it there.
He's trying everything he can. The Royal Champion did not get the scatter shot over to the right-hand side, and it is devastating his Archer Queen. He's got to be careful because it could lock onto the healers as well, and even be more devastating, trying to keep the Queen's ability. There it goes. It's onto the healers. If it takes the healers down, it could be attack over. He has to freeze. Uses the rage, trying to get to the town hall, but this is devastating for the Queen Walkers.
Forced into such a desperate and awkward situation this early in the raid, Yuta 14 has got to be worried about what that means for the rest of this attack. 2 dire targets on the back end. Inferno Towers standing like the eye of Sauron in the distance. forging their path into the Mount Doom. Can Yuta 14 send his troops to an uncertain future and come back with victory? Remember, he needs 95% in order to defeat the 11 original squad.
Well, the balloons are charging on forward. They're just going around the Eagle Artillery. And with the enemy Archer Queen still alive, she is wrecking the balloons. And there is some buildings on the outside, but I don't think it's going to be the 95%, Woody. What an attack it was, trying to adapt. That is very difficult to do in order to pull out the high percentage 2-star, irrespective of your healers going down. He's still done incredible here, but it will be 11 Original who progress onto tomorrow through the most exciting war I think we have witnessed in a long time, Banks.
I do believe you are correct there, Judo. Congratulations to 11 Original. A brilliant performance from both clans. However, 11 Original managing to secure that win and secure their spot in Sunday's playoffs, as that loon just floats across your screen showing the 11 Original sign. So we can have a really quick look at those stats from that war with you, Judo. But that was just the most phenomenal war, wasn't it?
I mean, to think the Queen Walkers put up 13 stars, 94.6%. That would be enough to knock out nearly any team in the competition, but not 11 Original. They have pulled it through. They move on to the semi-finals, which is what they did last month, but they will be looking to go even further.
Exactly, 11 Original looking to make their mark and grab that golden ticket firmly with both hands and get through to the World Finals at the end of the year. So the Group B situation is looking like 11 Original and Nova Esports advancing into the playoffs. What an incredible set of wars we have had today, and a powerful performance from both teams. Something we have come to expect at this stage of the competition. And to break down one of the attacks in more detail, here is Carbon Finn at the Telestrator.
Thank you, Banks. Yes, what an incredible war here. We're going to take a look at 11 Original. Eve Mark's attack here coming in with the Zap Lalo. And let's note where he's going to drop the lightning. He's going to drop the lightning right on the sweeper and that single target Inferno to help damage the sweeper, or the single target Inferno. Not going to take it down. But remember, we always want to look at how many sweepers are left. Well, the only one is pointing towards 9 o'clock here, which means that you can then try to now put a kind of vision on to where the Royal Champion and the Queen are located. So he sees that the Royal Champion is located on the left side here, so that's where he's going to send his heroes. He wants to take out the Royal Champion, the air defense single, potentially maybe the scatter shot here on this left side, because if the super wall break gets into this section right through here, the King, the Queen can all charge potentially right through there, grab that Royal Champion. And now where are the rest of the air defenses? Well, we have an air defense down here and on this side, which means he can now fly his way potentially down here towards the bottom, which means, well, we need to figure out how to take out this town hall. He could send a blimp as he's lallowing around. Well, the safe route would be to use that wall wrecker. Yes, because the wall wrecker will go all the way through the ground. You don't have to worry about any seeking air mines taking it out because it is on the ground. And then the wall wrecker going to be able to help grab the town hall. He's going to have sneaky goblins inside of that. He could have went with sneaky goblins and a lava hound. He did decide to go with the Yeti, maybe because the Yeti can, with the Yeti mites, can reach over the wall. But now the Lalo pathing is straight down here, and he's deciding to fly this way because the sweeper is pointing towards 9 o'clock. And you want to fly into the Eagle Artillery as early as possible. You want to try to take that down so it doesn't hit your balloons as you're flying through the rest of the raid. Plus, the dragon and the minions could help, essentially, if you had one. In this case, the wall wrecker took out the town hall, so you need headhunters or any potential lava pups to take out that queen as you're flying around. And Eve Mark, there wasn't too many balloons as he was flying around. The scatter shot was the biggest threat left in the space, but he had some beautiful back-end balloons to help grab that wizard tower and then eventually end right near that scatter shot, which helped 11 Original get the victory here. And they are going to be going on to the finals. The final 4 teams remaining. Absolutely incredible. 11 Original get the victory. Congrats to Eve Mark with getting the Zap Lalo triple right there. Man, what a war. It's just incredible to see. To send you guys back to the guys over in the studio.
Thank you so much, Carbon. We look forward to hearing more from you tomorrow. A huge congratulations to all of our clans who made it through to tomorrow's matchups. We are left with 4 of the top clans in the world. It is almost impossible to predict who will win this qualifier, but I'm going to ask anyway. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick look at the matches lined up for tomorrow. Judo, can you take us through this bracket?
Yes, well, I think first we'll mention the show match that we will be seeing in between the semi-finals, which is the Tang, last month's winners. So they are the World Championship seed number 2, and Resistance. They were the ESL Masters Spain winners. Woody, how about the bracket itself?
Well, I thought the blood of Numenor was all but spent, but just like their defense at Helm's Deep, 11 Original held on to advance into playoffs. I think that they have got a heroic charge to the top, and Chang Dance have got their work cut out for them. But the bottom side has got the world champions of Nova Esports facing off against the upstart squad that made it back from the bottom bracket. H.T Family will be their opponents.
Exactly. Tomorrow is going to be so tight. I literally cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. But thank you so much for joining us today. Woody, Judo Bash, and Carbon Finn, thank you so much for all of your hard work, and to the production team for creating this incredible brand new virtual studio that we are in. It just looks amazing. Tomorrow is the day that we find out our 3rd qualifying team for the World Finals. 4 of the top clans in the world will be battling it out for that golden ticket, and it's a day that you will not want to miss. So we'll see you back here tomorrow at 4 p.m. CEST. My name is Banks, and I'll see you then.